Okay, we should be live. What is up, everybody? What's up? Happy Wednesday. How do I do this? Okay. Yeah. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday post Cyber Monday, post Black Friday, and post Thanksgiving. That is how we know this is live. For the people who sometimes ask, is this live or is this pre-recorded? We are doing it live, y'all. First in the chat, I believe it was Chris. Is it Chris? We got Chris from Coalition Gaming was first today. I know. Followed by Stang. Hello, Stang. Hope you're doing well. You're actually looking for a new monitor. Unfortunately, the monitor that I'm going to be unboxing, it's more a utility than like a nice monitor, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So it's not like a fancy OLED or anything, but you're trying to get a decent OLED for gaming. I don't even know what those were going for during Black Friday. I don't like, as much as I'm familiar with PC hardware. Oh, you so happy tonight, huh? As much as I'm like very familiar with PC hardware prices, monitors, I'm just like no idea. All right, can you hang on without me holding you? Let me see. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, I gotta hold your hands. Let's see. Then we got Noah. What up, Noah? We got Craig. Lily in the house. Giant Robots. Hello, hello. Kale 133. We got Indecline. What up? Let's see. Kale says, so remember last week when I said I didn't have any issues with cable extensions? We'll find out later tonight if they are the culprit of my issues after all. Getting some voltage sag. 11.3 volts when gaming, which caused my monitor to either turn off or reboots I was having before, or the reboots I was having before. So you already had problems before this? Cable extensions, I mean, they are like an unnecessary additional thing that you add into a system, though I have personally never run into problems with it myself, but it could be a culprit if it's just low quality cables. Maybe the pins or the connectors aren't making full contact. I don't know. Like, I've never personally seen this issue myself, but it is one of the things for when you introduce something that's not completely necessary or crucial to a system. Yeah. Let's see. Only one actual reboot. Okay, we got Heavy Metal Technology. Hello, hello. Extreme Zone. What up? Who else is not buying memory right now? Lol. Yeah, I don't know when the next time I will buy memory is, but I have I wouldn't say I have a stockpile, but I do have a couple of extra sets of both DDR5 and DDR4. So I'm good for a little bit. I don't think I'll be good for a whole year. I'm definitely gonna use up anything I have left over before like a year is up. But for the next few builds, I should be good. But yeah, so hopefully the memory situation does not last that long. All right, we're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Ooh, ooh. She usually likes this. I can't see her face right now though. She also sometimes gets a little bit frightened, but she looks. What's your reaction, girl? Let's see. I just bought a lot used and I upgraded both my girlfriend and my rig just for memory and SSD spike, so I am pleased. Yeah, for the people who bought prior, y'all lucked out, because everyone else now is screwed somewhat. We'll look at memory prices again today. We will keep on tracking the market. Right now, I would say the prices are like $100 to $150 more than a typical 32 gig kit that you would have gotten prior to all this. which sucks. But also, if you're building, you know, like a $1,500, $2,000 build, you can kind of absorb that by finding great deals on other hardware or going used with some of your hardware. So, what up, Andy 1980? We all had warning of what was coming. Here it is, right? There were a few streams when we started looking at the memory prices, and 32 gigs was still only like $140, $150. And I do understand not everyone has money. Like, they might not have had money at the time, and now they have the money, so that's different. But anyone who had the money but just decided, oh, I think it might go back down, if you took that gamble, then you lost. So why is Crucial dead? We'll talk about that, but you can imagine why. You can imagine why. Crucial, I mean, not Crucial, Micron. Crucial is like their consumer brand. What's up? Why are you so happy? But, they're going the way of NVIDIA, focusing on data centers, AI, and the non-consumer side of things. No, but at least NVIDIA still offers products to consumers, right? Them killing off, Micron killing off a whole, like their whole brand for consumer SSDs and memory, that's kind of a huge hit. There's plenty of, there's plenty of other brands you can buy from, but Micron is one of the 3 major manufacturers. I'm wearing a sweatshirt of one of the others, and then there's Samsung. So we'll talk about it more when we get to that article section of it. But there's some implications of, you know, 1/3 of the big 3 now not focusing on consumers. All right. RAM cooked, GPUs cooked, CPUs cooked. What's next? I know, right? I thought CPUs was gonna be safe, honestly, before all this. But I think the news for the CPU is what, sometime last week. But I think a lot more. I think because tonight is apparently the last day. Like today, right now, is the last time to buy the CPU before the prices go up, supposedly. But we'll look at that article as well. Bless you. Bless you. Chat, are we pre-cook, cook-led, cook LED, cookled? Cookled. Man, I was hoping that Ryzen 9000 prices were gonna go down because I was planning on upgrading. When were we planning on upgrading? Oh wait. Australia, right? Peckish. Also, I saw some TikToks and stuff of the whole Australian crackdown on, you know, age verification and stuff. That is coming very, 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 very soon. But you guys did, like, in Australia, were you guys just like completely unfazed by Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all of that because you guys don't have Thanksgiving like over here? Where I am, says Andy 1980DK, the 7800 X3D and 9800 X3D are historically low priced. That might change. Wait, where are you at, Andy? They should be still fine right now, but 9800 X3D is around 450 on Newegg. Yeah, that's what we've been seeing. Maybe the cheapest we'll see it for a while. I mean, yeah, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, they did take a slight price reduction, but it was like, what, 20 bucks? Nothing major. Would you like to stand? Love? I can't stand because I still need to look at the different chat, but you can stand. I will hold you up. You will practice your standing. Okay, maybe not. You're slipping. You're slipping. You're slipping. Gaming PCs is a strategic move by the shadow government. They had to ruin the last fun affordable thing. I don't even know what that means. But if you care to elaborate, maybe I'll read it out loud. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta go faster than this. Yes, companies are not your friend. That's why you should not have any alliances or like, you know, be super fanboyish of them. You buy the product for your use case, for the price that works for you, and you move on. And we talk about, even though we say that, we all fanboy, or we have our allegiances or preferences when it comes to some companies. Like, I'm trying to think, for me specifically, what do I... Like, OnePlus. My phone. It's a OnePlus 12. I've had a OnePlus since OnePlus 1 back in 2014 or whenever that was. So, I kind of, like, have a preference towards them, even though they're not my friend. But it just worked out that they were the most affordable every time, so that's why. Oh, is the volume a little low? Check 1, 2. Is it low? I'm sorry. I'm just getting to this now because I'm getting through all the chat. Let me know if it is low. Yes, the sandstone one, Mr. Bobo. That is the one I had. Okay. Crucial funeral segment when kick. I don't know when we gotta read the article. I'm gonna read it all with you. I just saw a bunch of different headlines about it, and I perused through it a little bit, but I don't know all the complete details. It has been a pretty busy week in terms of world news and tech news. Be careful that she doesn't throw herself back. Yeah. No, that I have her. I have become a pro at handling these girls. I don't just leave them up there without actually grabbing onto them. But they go up on my shoulders all the time. I either have their hands firm or their back. All right, we're gonna do some squats. Yeah, we're gonna do some squats. I'm trying to get her to laugh because she's so cute when she's laughing on my shoulders. But I don't know if she's gonna laugh. She's just, oh, there she goes. Ah, I'm about to fall back myself. All right, whee! No, you're not having fun? No, she's just like, what are you doing? But yeah. So it's been what? There's over 6 months. I can proudly say having 2 girls, I have not dropped either of them. So let's keep that record going strong. I would like to think that my dad reflexes would kick in, and if they did fall, I could catch them like a superhero. Jensen! Yo, I'm back after a long break. Speaking of Jensen, y'all see Jensen was on the Joe Rogan podcast? I listened to like the first, I think like 8 minutes, and then I had to turn it off. I'll probably go back and finish it, but geez, the amount of glazing that they were doing, my goodness. I don't listen to the Joe Rogan podcast normally. I haven't listened to it normally for like probably over a decade. I used to listen to it years ago, but yeah, that was not on my bingo card. What up, Dan? Wait, everyone's name changed. This is Dan H, but this isn't Dan Hulan, right? Because there's a different Dan H than Dan Hulan. I forget if Dan Hulan has left a message since YouTube has changed to these @ instead of the actual usernames that are set. I think she has more hair. No, she does not have more hair than me. I still have a good head of hair. Hello, hello, hello. All right, she's going bye-bye. She's going bye-bye. All right, my hands are free. Okay, I gotta get caught up all the way to the front. Jensen is just AI, money, AI. Yeah. I only watch JRE when he talks about UFOs and aliens. How do you know which episodes those are? Unless he has like specific guests that specialize in that. Jensen who? Jensen Wong. Careful, Danny. They're gonna be teenagers before I know it. I know. They're already halfway to 1 year old, which is crazy fast. How's the Wi-Fi? Still good? I fixed the Wi-Fi. For those who were not here on the Black Friday stream, I fixed it by switching my DeepCool puck out now, which means I did not get a new router during Black Friday or Cyber Monday, which I'm kind of bummed about because getting new, even networking stuff, which a lot of people might find boring, it's still somewhat exciting because, you know, we all use Wi-Fi and internet and stuff like every single day. It's like, you know, something that we don't even think about. We kind of take it for granted. So upgrading a router after like 5 years was kind of exciting, but then it's like I don't actually need to upgrade it because I was able to get basically 400 on my 400 megabits per second up down on my router, or not my router, these DeepCool pucks. So I ended up not buying it. Sorry for wasting your guys' time, but I did gain some knowledge about, you know, routers and what to look for whenever I do decide to pull the trigger, which hopefully, you know, as Wi-Fi 7 ages a bit more, the prices come down, because they were still, most of the routers that were on the table for consideration were probably around like 150 to 200 bucks. So getting those closer to like 100 and then pulling the trigger, I'm not against. I'm secretly NVIDIA Jensen. Yeah, so if you haven't heard of Jensen, he is the, I mean, actually, I need to find that picture of him. But yeah, he's the CEO of NVIDIA. Net worth 157 billion. How rich, or where is Jensen Wong ranked in the richest people in the world? What is he ranked at? I don't even follow this. He's the top 10. Bloomberg Billionaire Index. Johnson was ranked 10th. So there are people richer than him, but for a nerd head of a, you know, I'm going to say PC hardware related tech company, even though it's much more than that, you know, he's representing PC gamers to some degree, I guess. Leather jacket man, exactly. I guess I'm quite the Asus shill now that I think of him. Equals monitor, motherboard, GPU. Oh well, yeah. I don't think it's a shill if you have a lot of a certain product that works well and, you know, is priced to what you can afford and stuff like that. It's the blind following and supporting a company when their products are like subpar and you're paying a premium for it, etc. Stuff like that. Like, that's why I don't consider, especially since I bought all my OnePlus phones used, except for the first two. The OnePlus 1 and OnePlus 2 I bought new through the invite system, and then afterwards I just bought them secondhand. So that was me letting my wallet decide, not fanboyism. But yeah, you can have a lot of a certain brand and not be a fanboy. What's up, Hazard Me? Ant-Man, you changed your name? Now you're AMD Ant-Man? Sup, brother? Unless you're not the same. Is this the Ant-Man that's in our Discord server, or is this a different Ant-Man? Because I thought you, I forget if you had a picture before, but sup, brother? I upgraded my 1070 to a 9060 XT 16 gig. Do you think that card will last long? As long as my 1070? Did you got a 1070 Founders Edition, like brand new, or did you buy it secondhand? Because you bought it brand new when it came out. That was 2016. That lasted you 9 years. Do I think a 9060 XT 16 gigabyte will last 9 years? No, I do not. Because the 1070 at the time, it's a 70 series card. It is a higher tier than a 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. 9060 XT 16 gigabyte is like very middle of the road. A 1070 back then, I would say, is probably equivalent to a 5070 Ti nowadays. I would say it is above a modern day 5070 in terms of like, you know, the ranking compared to like the higher end cards. So to have a card last you a longer time, you need to go a little bit higher up on the ladder of product stack. So yeah, I would say a 9060 XT, if you bought it now, I think that could last you like 5-6 years pretty solidly. But to get more out of that, you needed like a 9070 XT or 9070, I would think. Now, people are still gaming on RX 580 today, so if you don't have high expectations, this 9060 XT should last. It can last you a while if you end up, you know, you lower the settings, lower resolution, play older games in the future. But yeah, same Ant-Man. Okay, got it. Yeah, just want to make sure because people's names be changing, man. You bought a brand new? Dang, Founders Edition? I like those ones. Okay, we're already 20 minutes in the stream. So first things first, monitor unboxing. Like I said, this isn't gonna be the most exciting thing in the world, but I'm excited because it's like something new to me. But I think I've never used one of these before. Can y'all guess? Look at the size of this thing. Can y'all guess what this is? Okay, let me see. Okay. Portable monitors are dope. They are dope. I've got a portable monitor right here. I've got a portable monitor. If I can show it, come on. Is it gonna just pop up? No. I gotta change my IP on this. They are dope, and I promise you, it's a little bit exciting. All right. But yeah, I use portable monitor right there. I use portable monitor right here for like my test bench in the car and stuff. So what can be so exciting about this one though? Let me unbox it and I will show you. It's not a portable monitor because he said he never used one before. Maybe it's a baby monitor, he told us. If only. We do have a baby monitor for the girls' nursery and our bedroom. It's upstairs, but... Oh yeah, wait, you guys should have seen it from the thumbnail if you guys did your homework or paid attention. But alright. Any of you guys used one of these things before? So, not only is it a portable monitor, it has a built-in frame clamp thingy. And that's why I have the laptop on the side here, because we're going to actually test this out real fast. This was actually sent to me by a company called Siaviala. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Siaviala, I don't know. Has anyone heard of this brand or have used something like this before? God, it is e-waste? How's it e-waste? It's a monitor which is still useful. You don't have to use it with a laptop as well. It can be used standalone as a stand. But one of the things that I've run into a lot is now with the girls, I'm not down here at my main setup as much. I do use a laptop up in our kitchen area, but going from like a multi-monitor setup to like being confined to a single laptop monitor kind of sucks. You don't have anywhere to throw your windows when you're doing like if I'm editing videos on the laptop. You know, Premiere Pro takes up like all the real estate, and then when you're trying to open up different folders to find like assets and video clips and stuff, it just sucks having to like tab through different windows instead of being able to have more up at the same time. So, this thing, I'm very curious to set this up and see if it actually is as slick as it looks like on here. Is it OLED? No, it's not OLED. There's no way. Are there OLED portable monitors? I'm actually curious now that you're even asking that, but this is an IPS monitor. So, let's take a look at this thing. It's pretty standard, like everything you can think of. you know, 60 hertz. This is meant to be additional real estate on your for the screen, and that's it. It's not meant for you to game on, because that's what the primary monitor is meant for. It is IPS, so hopefully it has like good color accuracy. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Yes, I have the UPerfect OLED from AliExpress. Is it touch? That's a good question. I don't believe this one is touch. Yeah, no. I think touch one's a little bit more fancy than that. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, we got a user's guide. Do we really need that though? No, I don't think so. Portable screen, and here's the instruction. Where... Oh! Look, it is carbon fiber. Alright, so it does. Let's take a look at this. So here's the foot, because once you put it on, if it needs more support, how do you pull this out? I'm about to break this thing, watch. Oh, you just twist it and you pull out. So you pull out. So yeah, this could be used as a standalone monitor, or, but that's not the exciting part about this one. This is, let me take a look at this. Wow. What are you guys' thoughts on this texturized plastic to look like carbon fiber? I think I would have just preferred it to be matte and smooth. So do not squeeze, do not pierce, it says. Do not squeeze, do not pierce. So no touching. No. So when you guys ask, is it touch screen? Finger to the screen, it says no, don't do that. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave the peel on it for now, because I don't want to get fingerprints on it just yet. But yeah, have you guys seen those? I kind of want to get one. They're like controllers for your phone. That it's very similar to this. Like you pull it open and it can fit around your phone, and then you have yourself like a portable, I guess, joypad for your phone. It is legit just as big as a laptop. Well, it kind of has to be, right? Because the laptop screen is 15-ish inches. This is a 14-inch screen. So let me actually get this camera into over here. So, oh, no, you're not supposed to track. What are you doing? I'm just gonna move it over manually. I forgot that I had that on tracking mode. All right, I gotta be very careful, because I got cups of waters and water bottles everywhere that I can easily spill on all these electronics. Let me put the water back here. Okay. All right. So here's laptop. I got too much stuff over here. Okay. So just off the bat, I mean, okay, so it is on there without the stand. I need to get the cables to hook it up. This, okay, now that I see it attached to the laptop, and I'm not being sponsored, I'm not being paid by them or anything. They just sent it over, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I thought, you know, it would just be something fun to unbox on stream and check out together. But what are you guys' thoughts so far before we turn it on? Would you even be interested in extending or getting an additional screen for your monitor? Or is that like a very niche use case? Is it because I'm like a content creator that, you know, having extra windows is more useful? Or would the average person benefit from having more screen real estate when they're mobile on their laptop? Do you think it can hurt the laptop hinges? That's a good question. Let me see. This thing is pretty lightweight. So I'm just gonna hold it like this for you guys to see. How about this? If your laptop has rugged hinges, which I think the Lenovo Legion does, it's not like super floppy, I think it should be fine. But that is a valid concern. Now, the issue with hinges and things like that is it's always it kind of has to do with like long-term fatigue. Rarely does something like this like break something instantly, like with a static load. It's the constant small load on it that over time is what would like potentially break it. I mean, it'd be hard to say because to carry out that, you know, study, you would it could probably like take years, and you would have to like purposefully cycle it through the different stresses and loads. So just like using like my intuition or gut feeling, I don't think so, especially if you do just keep it static like this. As long as you're not, so I'm doing this, which you probably shouldn't do regularly, but I think if you do it every once in a while, it should be fine. But like, don't just carry it like this around all the time and let it just wobble back and forth with the extra weight on it. I wouldn't recommend that, but you know, just if you set your laptop down, you flop this open, and it's for the most part static and not moving a ton, I would think it's fine. But can you try it flipped on the left side? On this, oh, here, let me, you guys don't need to see yourself chat for the time being, so let me remove that. But my monitor is in the way. Okay, we'll install it upside down. That's a good call. Yes, you're right. We can install it. Oh, you can't install it upside down. Ooh, I think that might be one of the negatives. So look, you see on the top here, there's a tab. This tab sits on the top of your monitor, the laptop monitor, to make sure it doesn't slide down. So you can't flip it upside down even if you wanted to. It has to be on the right side. Huh. I feel like it wouldn't be that difficult to implement. So let me try to move my laptop out even more. Now my laptop is sitting off of the thing. Let me move this down a bit. Okay. You said, is this VESA mountable? Oh, heavy metal technology. Hey chat, how y'all doing? Hijacking chat again. Need a third monitor, preferably small portable monitor. Any links you recommend? So here's what I will say. So you guys know that I do use a portable monitor underneath my main setup, right? And I'm assuming you might do the same thing. A typical, unless you get a small enough one, like, I would recommend getting one that the aspect ratio is skinnier, or so this is, I think, 15 or 14 inch. Get one that's like 12 or 11 inches. The issue is, I don't, like, you see how this sticks up a little bit higher over this monitor? I wish this was a little bit skinnier and fit completely below this monitor. That would be the only thing, unless you don't plan to use your portable monitor like in the middle setup below like I do, and you plan to put it on the side. But I love having a monitor like right below my setup, because, or my main monitor, like having it right below, because it's such a natural place to like throw your music player, Discord, Spotify, whatever. So that I don't have a like specific one that I could recommend to you. But in terms of like specs and features and size, that would be my one thing that I would tell you to consider before pulling the trigger on anything. Like a typical 16:9 one might be too tall. That Corsair makes a really expensive one that is like perfect for that. It's a thinner aspect ratio. I forgot what it's called. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Corsair mini monitor. You probably wouldn't get this because I think this is more for content creators, but yeah, the Xenon Edge from Corsair. Something that's like kind of like shorter and wide like this, but this is 240 bucks. I'm pretty sure, I think Amazon has these like similar shaped ones for like less than 100. But yeah, that would be my recommendation. It would be better on the left side. I think it just depends on what your setup is for this. I think either side would work. Right, for my setup right now, because all this crap is in the way, like all my cloths and stuff, it is not ideal. But I think in the kitchen, when I use it, this would work very well on the right side. Okay, let me plug this in. Let me figure out where all the plugs are for this thing. here's the USB-C, which I cannot get the signal out because this laptop does not do display through USB-C. It just does power, I believe. Unless, oh, I guess I have to peel this. This is just, oh, this isn't even like a see-through. It was a completely opaque. My portable monitor is from the brand You Do It. I got it from Amazon. So far, so good. Here's what I would say. Most of the monitors on Amazon, you know, there's like a million generic Chinese branded ones. I think most of them probably perform like pretty equal together. There's probably not that many that set itself apart, unless you are specifically looking for like color accuracy or high refresh rate or high resolution. But if you're just looking for like standard 60 hertz 1080p, I would imagine they're like a lot of them are very similar, and I would let price dictate it. Or you could try it out from Amazon, and then return it if it, you know, sucks or that, you know, isn't to your liking. But yeah, unless you're getting a super fancy one, which there are 4K portable monitors, which to me is like kind of crazy to think about. Like when I go for the portability, it's just for the utility of it, and not specifically because I want like extra nice, you know, what's it called? Oh, maybe this one would work. I'm gonna test a different port, see if this one does the signal. I just think the laptop doesn't do the signal at all. Oh my goodness! I was not expecting that. Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know if this is a thing anymore, but the other monitors that I have require 2 cables. Like, I'll show you again. Like this monitor and then the other one that I have on the ground. It requires one for the video signal and then one for power. That one is similar too. This one, and you have to have the right port, like on your laptop. This one, single cable, because it's doing both power and video signal through it. I knew that this monitor could do it. I wasn't expecting this laptop to do it. I don't remember the exact specs of the laptop, the USB-C port on this, but not all USB-C ports can do display out. Okay. Okay. I just got like extra excited. One cable and it's USB, because these you guys ever use these micro HDMIs before? They kind of suck. I kind of hate them. But oh man. Oh, okay, let me show you guys. Okay. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. I'm gonna play with the brightness and stuff in a second, but right now it's just duplicating. I guess I can change it to. Let me change it to extend. Display settings. Extend. Okay, now we're extended. It's on the side. And then. So we can bring this over here. Okay. Okay, let me play with the settings with the brightness and all that kind of stuff real quick. Dude. I'm thinking that most of the portable monitors, but that's another thing to look out for. Can it be powered and can it send a signal through one single cable? Because, you know, who wants to have 2 separate cables and use up an HDMI port on your graphics card or motherboard when you can just do it in one USB-C? Okay, let me play with these volume. This has speakers on it. Oh, dang. Okay, brightness. And saturation, brightness. Okay. Not the brightest thing in the world. Yeah, let me see. I don't know if camera's gonna capture it that well. I don't have a brightness measuring device on me right now at this very second, and I'm not gonna bust out the data colorimeter. But let me see what my brightness is on the laptop. Okay, so I'm max brightness on the laptop, and then they're actually pretty comparable. It's not like noticeably dimmer or brighter, so yeah, not bad. Apparently it has speakers. Let's check it out. I thought all USB-C were two-way now. You mean on what though? It depends on if you like. Let's say you had a when did USB-C first get introduced in laptops and like motherboards and stuff like that? I would imagine some of the earlier generation products that did have USB-C, it would not work to transmit video signal through, unless I'm mistaken. Can anyone confirm or deny? I legit just need it for a third monitor for movies and Discord, something so small I can see it. Price dictates it. Yeah. So I think Black Friday would have been the best time to grab one, because I'm sure some of them were going for $50 or less. I want to test the speaker on this and see if this works. Let me go to YouTube real quick. Actually, I want to play some man karate music. If I can find it. Chlor Slug, you were watching the stream 20 minutes behind? I hope you caught up now. Oh, here we go. This works. Oh, yeah. What? Wait. Oh my god. Does Jan know about this? So I found my buddy Jan Man Karate. I just found his song on one of those like music aggregating, and this was pretty popular, 270k subscribers. But I just found his song on here. I wonder if he submitted this or if they just took it and put it on there. But oh man, I need to tell him about this. But I'm not sure. I'm not going to be able to show you guys the quality of the sound. But if you are going to use this as like a portable monitor and not have a laptop that has speakers, this does have sound capabilities. Doesn't sound the best, you know, like no bass, but you get a sound. So okay, all monitor speakers are horrible. Exactly. You don't get a monitor and expect good speakers out of it. You either mute it from the beginning or you use it just to get some sound, because some sound is better than none in some situations. I only use portable monitor if I test hardware to see if it's functional, or I complete a build to check if it works. Yeah, that's what I typically do. But this one having the clamp thing. So the thing that I was talking about was let's see, phone game controller. It's kind of similar to one of these. Have you guys seen or used this before? But basically it stretches open, and then you can stick your phone in it and then hold it like it's, you know, a Steam Deck kind of. You can use your phone kind of like a Steam Deck that streams from your main PC, because you can do that with your Steam Deck. Or you can download the Steam app on your phone, stick it in a controller like this, and then play your Steam games through your phone, assuming you have a good enough wireless network in your house, so that, you know, the latency and stuff, delay is not that bad. But yeah, that's what, when I first saw this product and they reached out to me, that was my first thought. It's like, oh, you clamp it to the side of your screen. But okay, I would say, so I'll pull up the product page on this. I think this is pretty slick. I think for if you have the utility and use case for it, Oh, let me take the monitor off actually, and we could set it aside. In let me see how else can you use this. Can you not flip this more? Because if I wanted to use this as a stand, how would I do so? Like, if I want, oh, I guess you could do it like this. And if you want a vertical setup, so something like this, having its own stand. Now, you know how people like to read their articles like this, vertically? You would have to flip it, but, yeah, I guess it works like that, so. Pretty cool. I'm excited to actually integrate it into my workflow now, but let's take a look at how much this thing costs and see what the competition looks like. Okay, so this thing is called the P6 what is the brand again? Siaviala. What is going on with my Amazon? Okay. So this right here. So this is $105. It's got pretty good reviews, it looks like. But let me see what the competition looks like. So, laptop screen extender. So, if we look at typical portable monitors, you can get them for like 50, 60 bucks. Pretty easy. Like right here. And for the most part, you know, they serve what their purpose is. Like, it extends your display, essentially. Oh, here. Oh, look at this one. Thermal, right? What? Bro, this is what I need to grab for underneath my monitor. Thermal, right? Wait, is this for inside? Yeah, so you can stick it in your computer, or you can stick it outside your computer. I would use it outside, to be honest. My tower is not big enough to do that. Do they make one with... Yes, they do! No, well, I don't know if this company does, but... Laptop double screen extender. Look at that! You talking about... you want to be that guy? Or you want to talk about stress on the hinges? We're not talking about one, we're talking about two. But these are a lot more expensive because obviously it's double the monitors and it's going to have a more robust clamping system, like more than double the price. But yeah, if you're that person that needs 3 monitors while traveling or on the go, they got you. This company has got you. But yeah, if we look at the prices for all of these, like, I don't think typically you should spend more than $100 on one of these. Oh my god, yeah, look at this limited time deal, $47. Just the thing that I'm gonna say for anyone who's interested in portable monitors, because I am a very avid user of portable monitors, they don't always spell it out if you can get display through USB-C. Let me see. USB-C, okay, yeah, let me see the pictures. HDMI, okay. Power and video. So you just want to be sure you're not getting like an old version or an old brand or model that doesn't do display and power through USB-C. Like my old monitors, like my old portable monitors that they do have USB-C on them, but they do not do video signal through that USB-C, which is kind of annoying. Thermal, right? The goal. What do you mean the goat? With magnetic backing, I know, right? Is the off-angle view good? That's a good question. Let's test it. I will show you guys the off-angle view, and you be the judge of it. Because the camera actually picks it up pretty well. Okay, so this is the on-angle view. And I'm just going to keep on turning it. And I'm going to keep on turning it. I would say that's pretty good. Like, I mean, we're almost completely sideways by now. And it's because it's IPS, right? IPS as opposed to what? Is it TN that has the worst? Or is that VA? But IPS typically has good viewing angles. I would say almost like completely on its side, you could make out like what is on the screen. I like doing this live display demo of this. This is pretty fun. this isn't a product review per se, it's more like an overview, but like demoing it with you guys, and then you guys coming up with like different ways to look at it and, you know, kind of like, not test it, but you guys are asking really good questions. Here's some money for the Thermalright monitor. We're not doing this again, guys. My goodness. We're not doing this again. But thank you, Stang, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, so I think we're good on the monitor. Yeah, I'm excited to start using this. We got other stuff to talk about though. Let me get a... Sorry, the tech news is starting a little late today just because we had the unboxing. And I still want to hear about your Black Friday pickups if you have not shared it yet. But don't share it yet. I want to, like, because we got to get to the tech news. Yeah, off-angle view is impressive on that. Yeah, I would say almost every IPS panel I've ever, like, tested viewing angles on has performed pretty well. Wait, how would you get video in if the Thermalright is inside the tower? A lot of cases have... So, all those screens that you see that go inside the towers, they still connect via USB-C and sometimes HDMI mini. And you just have to route it through the holes in the back of your computer. Like, sometimes people do it through the PCIe brackets or... Remember when PCs used to have like just straight up holes in the back of the case? Was that for liquid cooling? That's what it was for, right? They would used to just have like holes that you could either punch out or they were grommeted. I don't know if I have any cases on hand. Let me see if any of these cases are like that. These ones aren't. But you guys remember, right? Mid towers and full towers and stuff that would have the holes on the back. I never made use of those holes, but 4070 Super or 5070, your preference? They're like neck and neck in performance. I would just pick the 5070 because it's a generation newer. It'll have longer driver support, and it's you know, 50 series and all the benefits that come with that. Yeah, it's for the external reservoir and pump, because it used to be that we didn't have that much space in the front of the PC case like we do now, where people are putting the reservoirs and pumps, because there used to be friggin' hard drive cages and everything. So now that people have moved away from 3.5-inch hard drives, now have you guys noticed that PC cases kind of look weird sometimes? They have too much empty space in the front if it's not filled out by like a gigantically long schlong of a graphics card. But yeah, you would do USB to motherboard or USB to graphics card for that Thermalright one that goes inside. Just whatever display port you have open. Oh, there are some motherboards now that do have like HDMI or HDMI mini and stuff on the motherboard inside itself, like with the rest of the motherboard headers, because they know that, you know, people are wanting to do displays inside their PC case. These are usually more expensive or high-end motherboards. You usually don't see that on the cheap ones, though I'm curious if that's going to be a trend for motherboards moving forward, having one display port on the inside of the motherboard as well. Good old liquid cooling holes in the cases. Yeah. So I was aware of them. I just never did liquid cooling because it was never cost efficient to me. So Heavy Metal Technology, $10 super chat. My goodness, thank you. I got super lucky. I got 4 terabytes of used hard drives for 50. Wait, what? Hard drives or SSDs for $53 shipped? No, these are hard drives. $53 shipped. Got 4 terabytes of used hard drives. One had 48,000 hour power on. The other had less than 400. 4 terabytes of used hard drives. That. Wait, what? So you got like 4 1 terabyte drives, or break down the different drive configurations. 4 terabytes, a single 4 terabyte for 53. That sounds expensive to me, but I've kind of been out of the hard drive space in terms of cost. 400 hours is basically new though. So like, what's a new 4 terabyte hard drive go for these days? The last time I looked at hard drives was when I bought the 12 terabyte ones from that guy on OfferUp or Facebook, whichever one. But those were used. But in terms of like the more reasonable sized ones, so new 4 terabyte drives are still on. I didn't know. I guess hard drive prices are up right now too, aren't they? So like the cheapest one is 70 something bucks. 2 terabyte Western Digital Greens. So about 1 gig per 1 cent. Okay. How much are 2 terabyte drives? Greens are 5400 RPMs, right? 2 terabyte HDD. Okay, so you still made out, unless you bought like used ones, but compared to brand new, which one of them only had 400 on hours, that was cheaper than what you could have gotten them for. Wow. Let me look at Amazon. Yeah, I have been out of the hard drive space for a long time. I don't keep up. 71, 79, 65. Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess here's a Western Digital Blue one. 5400 RPM, which is essentially... Oh, it's renewed though. So we don't know how many on hours it has. 50 bucks though. So, okay. For a single drive, you got 2 of them. One with almost like new. Yeah. For a pair of you, for the pair. Yeah. No, so initially to me, that sounded expensive. But that's because I'm like out of touch when it comes to hard drive cost. Okay. Interesting. If you're gonna buy a hard drive, go for at least 8 terabytes. Not everybody's a data hoarder. Some people just, you know, they need something for longer term storage and they want it to be cheaper than SSDs and more gigabyte per dollar efficient. I'm on your side, Mr. Bubble, where I probably won't ever buy a hard drive smaller than like 6 or 8 terabytes anymore. Like, I've got spare 1 terabyte, 3 terabyte drives just from when I used to run hard drives in my system. But nowadays, like, if I'm buying a drive, it's gonna be for the server and they're gonna be like high capacity. My days of buying lower capacity hard drives are over. It's just SSDs from now on. But okay, let's look at these. Let's look at this news I wanted to bring up. First one, Micron is killing crucial SSDs and memory in AI pivot. Company refocuses on HBM and enterprise customers. So, a sign of the times. So on Wednesday, which is today, they announced plans official on Micron's website itself. So if you guys aren't aware, Micron is one of the big 3 memory manufacturers alongside SK Hynix and Samsung. Any RAM you buy, like from Corsair, Team Group, whatever, they're using memory produced by one of these big 3. There's actually more than the big 3, but the big 3 are like the main players. But Crucial was their brand also, like their consumer brand of stuff. So the Crucial P series of SSDs were pretty popular consumer drives, like the P1, P3, etc. I've used those plenty of times. And then Micron, the Crucial RAM, what was it, Ballistics? What other Crucial RAM models were there? Was it just Ballistics? Oh, Crucial Pros, I guess. I'm not sure if I've ever used these Pro ones, but I remember the Ballistics ones, and they probably have a few other ones. But, so they officially announced on their own website, announces exit from Crucial consumer business. Consumers meaning me and you. Regular people. And focusing on enterprise. So, companies, data servers, things like that. By the end of February 2026. Does that mean Crucial products are going to have... Remember when EVGA went out of business? At least on the graphics card side of things? I feel like the graphics cards went up in like value a bit. For like a collector's thing. You think the same thing's going to happen with Crucial memory and SSDs? The company is reallocating its output and investments to enterprise-grade DRAM and SSD products amid growing demand in the AI sector. How does that make you guys feel? I know they're only killing the brand Crucial, and it's not like Micron is ceasing to exist, but effectively it's ceasing to exist in the consumer space, which means one less player in the consumer memory, you know, like manufacturing space, which means I can't see that as a good thing for consumers at all. We always talk about in the graphics card space and even the CPU space, more competition is beneficial to the consumer. It causes prices to be driven down. It gives you more option, things like that. And I know memory is not the most exciting thing in the world. It's not as exciting as graphics cards and CPUs, but just having one less manufacturer, I cannot see how this is a good thing for us as consumers. Annoyed on one side, IT side, I'm meh. Wait, what do you mean by that, Asian dude? FAI, a lot of people have that same sentiment. I actually have Crucial Ballistic RAM. I wonder what will happen to my warranty. That's a good question. Let's take a look if we control find warranty. Alright, yep. Here it is. That's like the first thing, second paragraph. So, Micron will continue Crucial consumer product shipments through the consumer channel until the end of fiscal Q2, February 2026. The company will work closely with partners and customers through this transition, but will provide continued warranty and service and support of Crucial products. So they'll have something figured out, right? Yeah, they'll have something figured out. Maybe they have a stockpile of extra stuff specifically for this. I don't know, but they're kind of promising that you don't have to worry about it. We'll have to see. Maybe in 6 months we're gonna see these things pop up. People saying my Crucial SSD or memory died and Micron screwed me over. But we will have to see. For now, they're saying they'll take care of you. IT side also meh. We've been ordering Micron, not Crucial. Yeah, I guess if you have access to it from the quote unquote IT or enterprise side of things and you're not affected, then it's whatever. But man, you gotta think of the broader picture of like the everyday layman person, like, you know, most of the people in this chat, most of our friends and family. I mean, RAM prices are already screwed up right now, so I don't know what this announcement does, or like once they stop producing on the consumer side next year, like who knows how this is thrown into the equation of what RAM pricing is going to look like overall. But we'll print Crucial stickers to have on hand to slap on Micron products. Yeah, exactly. They're making it after all. But dong too long, you're late. Now you're dong too short, or dong too late rather. If AI bubble pops, then the Crucial brand will come right back. They follow the money. We'll see. They'll still honor warranties. Yeah, just don't make too many. Just won't make too many consumer products anymore. Basically, this when people have to vote with your wallets. I mean, it's not you can even buy their products anymore soon. So there won't be a choice to vote for them with your wallet, unless you specifically look into your RAM. Well, it doesn't matter because they're not going to be making it for other companies. So you can't say, I don't want to buy Micron memory anymore because it's not even going to be available to you. Micron basically told us, we don't care about you consumers. We're going to go where the money is. That's the NVIDIA playbook, right? Except, do we got to give credit to NVIDIA? Even though a lot of, you know, their focus is on enterprise and data centers and AI, they're still throwing a bone to us by releasing consumer graphics cards at prices that people are still willing to buy. I'm not going to comment. Actually, I'm going to say it. NVIDIA cards for the last few months have actually been priced pretty well. If you're trying to get anywhere, well, let's just say the 5070 and 5070 Ti is carrying a lot of that. Because I think 5080s and 5090s are still somewhat kind of pricey. I think some 5080s were like at MSRP. But then like people don't really find the 5060s and 5060 Ti's too valuable, so kind of just ignore that. But like 5070s and 5070 Ti's, have been kind of helping out with NVIDIA's reputation with regards to being able to be found under MSRP and providing generally pretty good value for how much they have been costing. For now, until the GPU apocalypse comes back due to all this memory price surges. Do you foresee a future where cloud gaming replaces gaming completely driven by AI? Oh, that's a good question. Honestly, these thoughts run through my mind like this, specifically with the AI boom lately. If more companies go this way of focusing on the enterprise side and AI, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, but what PC gaming looks like a decade from now, it would not surprise me if people didn't have their own beefy computers next to them anymore. 10 years is a long time in the tech space. But that's being like super parabolic though. That's like worst case scenario. One interesting thing I did see though is for specifically because I'm an MMORPG enjoyer, you know, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14 and stuff like that. There's been a very big problem in the MMORPG space where there's not enough players because an MMORPG, in its nature, is a community like driven type of game. You remove the player base and the game effectively is not enjoyable or it's pretty much dead. Like the mechanics, the core mechanics of it and stuff is like made for like a player driven economy, you know, player interactions, player dungeons and raids and stuff. So many MMORPGs die just because there's not enough players to keep playing it. But I've been hearing inklings of like private WoW servers and stuff and some games where the other players in the world, which used to be thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of players, are now AI. Which initially sounds like we're in an episode of Black Mirror, but I think it's also potentially kind of cool for the MMORPGs that are now dead. You can effectively have MMORPGs that have died out come back if they can implement AI NPCs. Now, I know it kind of sucks, like now you're going to be playing with clankers and stuff like that, but I'm somewhat open to that idea. Why am I open to that idea? Maybe it's just because I'm curious. I want to try to play with AI players in not like shooting games and stuff like that, because I think that might, unless they tune it down, because obviously AI like computers would kill us when it comes to FPS shooters and stuff. But for games that are like, you know, co-op where they're working alongside you, being able to have like conversations with them and them make like, you know, impulsive decisions that a typical NPC wouldn't be able to do, that just sounds interesting to me. I don't know. MMARPG. Final Fantasy. Okay, no. But so games do it right now, but I don't know if they're doing it with AI per se. They're just doing it with like bots, which isn't the same, right? They're doing it with pre-programmed bots that are like, you know, they're written with these scripts or programs that aren't actually using like neural network and stuff to make on-the-fly decisions. They're making decisions based off of what is known in the game so far, but it's not like new. It's just like if and or statements, I think. Unless Final Fantasy 14 has integrated AI, and I'm not aware of this. There's a Sky... Yes, I saw that. There is a Skyrim mod that uses ChatGPT for the NPC dialogue, which is kind of along the same lines, except as a single-player game. I think when you introduce that to a multiplayer game, that is just like a whole different dynamic, right? Why would they do that? AI can't pay monthly subscription fees to maintain the servers? I think they would do it because if it keeps the game alive so that other players continue playing and paying the subscription fees, like an MMO that has a small player base that at least whales out or that is paying some money to the servers might be better than a MMO that shut down because nobody's playing it, right? Probably, I don't know what server maintenance and stuff costs, but you know, I think there are valid reasons for them to actually implement it and do it, but I just can't think of it off the top of my head. You versus Jarvis. No. So the example that I gave for the World of Warcraft private server, that's just like, you know, a private driven product. For Blizzard to do it though, if Blizzard wants to do it and still make money, I think the reason that they would do it is because people still enjoy playing World of Warcraft out of nostalgia or something, and they want to see a lively world. And if it means that it keeps players coming back because the world is more populated, when they dungeon queue, there's people playing. I wonder if they would have to like mark the AI people or the AI characters that they are AI, or if they could just not say anything and let people decide or not. So now you'd be running around playing with AI NPCs, so still a dead game. It would be a mix, right? If the NPCs can keep the servers up so that there is some player base, you might not even be able to know. I don't know, man. The way AI is evolving, right? Or how fast it's like developing. AI, what it looks like right now could be totally different in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, where you might not even be able to tell the difference. Did you guys see my latest video this past weekend? That wasn't really AI. That was like a face swapper, but like, it looked pretty real, right? I'll bring it up real quick for you guys to see. But did you guys see the latest video? Please watch it if you did not, because I am a bit sad that it's not performing better considering how much work I put into it. But the person that I was talking to, where is he at? Oh yeah, this one right here. Like, would you be able to instantly tell off the bat that this person was using I think they're using their graphics card. I don't know if this specifically uses AI or not. I think it might though. They had an RTX, I think 5080 or 4080, something powerful. And I don't know specifically what program they were using. Okay. But like,
I'd be getting skipped for being ugly, though.
It was crazy.
Did you just
like
put a filter on, or did
my
you
goodness.
filter off?
This was the first time I've interacted with someone who used the face swap changer thing
I had
like
one on
this.
before,
And it was kind of scary,
You're a
but
PC gamer?
interesting at the same time. That was actually scary. This was spooky, yeah. And they took my face.
Okay.
I'll show you that part.
And then I could sit there for you. He like built like the PC part picker list.
You have a
I
different
could take
one
your
now.
face, by the way.
Huh?
Did look at the camera
Okay.
like this? Alright.
I'm assuming most of the people have not seen this video. Or maybe you
now
guys
you're
have.
gonna
I
put
don't know.
my
But
face
let's
on
watch it
you.
together.
Yeah.
No
Look.
way. Let me see this. Dude, that's scary.
Yo,
That is scary.
Where are the glasses? Why is it not putting glasses? I swear.
It doesn't need the glasses. That actually looks like me. Oh my goodness.
Does it?
Dude, you might be in the highlight clip for this video.
And then when he pulls on his skin, I mean, it's not
Dude.
perfect.
Well, like, that looks bad, but I could.
But what the heck? This is kind of like off tangent from the AI discussion, but kind of because like we're talking about just the capabilities of AI, right? You know, the Will Smith spaghetti, what it was originally versus now, Will Smith eating spaghetti, how much better it's gotten in such a short time. Yeah, so in like a couple of years, we don't know what the capabilities are gonna be. Kind of scary to think about. This is kind of like the face stealer from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah. Yes, this has been out for a while. Like deep faking, face swapping, and stuff like that. You're right. But I feel like it's only gonna get better. And I don't know if you guys have been scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts or wherever lately, but I'm starting to see stuff where I have to question. Like, I don't instantly know if it's AI or not. And that's scary. What up, Shauner? The crucial news does hurt. It does hurt. And what up? Evening, Danny. By the way, I started watching that last video and it just really was not for me. First time since I've been watching your channel. Interesting. Did you like the videos where I surveyed people at PAX? Because that video did really well. The PAX one. And this is just that, except online. So maybe it's just because it's behind a webcam, but I would imagine this video, if you're strictly into the PC hardware and PC building and stuff, yeah, this isn't directly related to it, but I thought it was a fun enough and interesting enough video because of some of the unhingedness that went on in it that people would enjoy watching it, but maybe I was wrong. This makes me want to sign up for OnlyFans, change my face, and make bank. That is true. You could probably do that. There's a few ways to look for deepfakes. They still haven't eliminated the fringe. Yeah. No, even in this one, there were moments where you could kind of see it, especially when there was like rapid head movement. But still, it was
Hardware at all.
Oh.
the first time seeing it, like, and being, you know, interacting with it. I was thoroughly impressed. It was crazy. I just don't see the benefit in AI. Got it. I don't care for the videos where you interview people. See, that's the crazy thing about YouTube, right? So, like, if we go to the one where I interview people, so like 230k views, right? And let's look at the videos where I built a PC. Oh, look. I was so sad about this one. I like deal hunted for parts. I thought I made a clean looking build. This is just a standard PC build that I've done for the longest time on my channel. 10k views. So like, I could continue to just keep doing the stuff that I've done. And look at this one, a $1,000 clean white PC build. To me, 27k views is pretty low, unfortunately. Like, given my channel size and how long I've been on the platform, this is not a good number to see. And we keep on going down. $200 budget PC build that you should not build. But I show benchmarks and I show that it's still pretty capable. 20k views. So like the stuff that I've been doing, oh look, $1,300 PC build. The PC builds, I don't know what's going on with that and my channel. I mean, I know some of you guys out there like it, but it's just not performing like it used to. This one did well. This $200 PC build did well. 77k-ish. But the numbers just aren't there anymore. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed. I just make content that I feel like making. I'm not trying to, like, stick to this. Oh, that's the PC builder guy only. Because, obviously, if I just kept on making PC build videos, the views just aren't there anymore. I make videos that I genuinely want to make, that I find interesting, and I hope that my viewer base finds interesting. But I don't want to be like the guy who has to crank out a build every week or two for the rest of time, because that's, to me, not interesting. So if that's not your thing, then I think that's kind of natural. Like, not everyone is going to enjoy every video of every channel. Just tune in for the stuff that you're interested in, and I am also here every single week for stream, and if you're into the streams only, you can just come to the streams. So I try to, yeah, like, try to do a little bit of everything. My favorite videos are part pickups. Unfortunately, those are kind of difficult to do because I cannot control. I mean, they're not difficult to do, they're difficult to make always interesting, right? Because these aren't scripted videos. Like, when I have a part pickup, if the person's interesting or if something interesting happens, it's an interesting video. Some of the part pickups fell flat on their face because they're just a normal pickup. Some people enjoy it even when they're boring, but a lot of people don't, right? So, again, everything that I do on the channel is just things that I am already doing and I'm just documenting, or things that I'm interested in pursuing or checking out. So, imagine 3D printing other people's face with hydrogel materials, straight up like Mission Impossible or whatever those movies are style. Yeah, that's why so much AI stuff is set as being recorded by a webcam, security camera, or dash cam, low quality camera, so that helps disguise. Yeah, exactly. Or like even that guy in the video that I was talking to, he purposefully dimmed the lights so that it was harder to discern that it was like a face swapper. Yeah, I love the $1,300 build. I'm so stoked for that case, and for the video to only pull in, you know, 16k views almost a year later. That's, to me, that's kind of disappointing, but I mean, I can't force people to watch my videos. I just make videos. If people watch, they watch. If they don't, then sucks for me. Yes, Danny, I like the PAX video. This last video should have been more of a private chat type of video to me. Some of those people were too comfortable for my liking. Wait, what do you mean, private chat? Oh, they were too comfortable? Got it. So, as you saw in the video, I made sure I had their consent to post and stuff, but it's weird because these types of online chat roulette Omegle type videos, they typically do fine, like outside the PC space. So I thought in the PC space, it would bring something kind of new and fresh. But we'll see how the YouTube Shorts does. If the YouTube Shorts does well, then that's indicative of like the type of audience it's for. So a lot of the conversations I'm going to post as shorts as well. But yeah, the long form is not doing too well, unfortunately. Time to switch it up, Danny, and become nerd on a big budget. So I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary soon. I have not really talked about this much, but I will let you guys know because you guys are here every single week. You guys are my crew. You guys are the ride or dies. I have played around with a channel name change, and it's not going to be anything crazy drastic. I'm not going to be like nerd on a big budget all of a sudden or anything, or like Danny Tech. I was considering changing my channel name from Nerd on a Budget to just my name, Danny Lee. Just so that, it's like, you know, hitting 10 years, I think is a big milestone on YouTube. That's a really long time to be making content. But, for the longest time, the Nerd on a Budget brand, I feel like sometimes it has kind of held me back from being able to do other type of content. Because anytime I have done content on stuff that was slightly expensive, I get people in the chat saying, that's not on a budget. Why are you calling Nerd on a Budget? That's expensive. I'm like, bro, shut up. You can have any size budget. You could be on a big budget. You could be on a small budget. Budgeting is the act of taking your project, breaking it down, and like allocating funds to different portions or like different parts and stuff. Budgeting, or being on a budget, to budget. It's not, budget is not only synonymous with cheap or low priced. So that's been something that over the last 10 years, people have always brought up. Oh, that's not budget. Anytime I did something expensive. So changing my channel name to just my name would, resolve that. But at the same time, like, everybody knows me as Nerd on a Budget. So I don't know. I need to think about it more, but 10 years is coming up next month. So 41 months icon. It's Citrus, by the way. I don't know why YouTube changed my display name. Okay, this is Citrus. Thank you for the ongoing support, Citrus. I appreciate it. Danny Lee does tech. No. I wouldn't want like tech in my name. Like, if I'm gonna change my name, it's just gonna be, or the channel name, it's just gonna be my name. I don't want to be like something tech. Like, that's so. I'm saying it's overdone, not like in a bad way, because I have friends like Tech by Matt, you know, Zach does Tech Turf. Zach's Tech Turf, right? Like, a lot of my friends have tech in their name, and they've had it since the beginning, so that's fine. But like, if I'm gonna change my name, I'm not gonna put tech in it. Like, yeah. Dad on a budget. Yeah. How many views do I normally get for LAN party videos? They're kind of a slow burn, but they always make their way into like 30, 40, 50,000 views. Which, considering how much time I put into the LAN party videos, is like so low. I put the most effort into not only recording like 20 plus hours of footage of LAN and then like editing it down to like 2 to 3 hours. I spend like 80 hours editing LAN party videos, and the views don't reflect, but they're still worth doing. Danny Lee Studio does tech tip stuff. Talk tech with Big D. Nerd on a financial hiatus. Yeah, for real, budget can be any amount. Exactly. So it's like, the way I've always thought about Nerd on a Budget is always set aside a budget. You can have any budget. Just go into buying something with a price in mind, and then try not to go over it. That in every single of my build videos, I don't think there's been a single build video where I did not break down the cost per item. I budget it out, and that's how I can stick to my, you know, planned overall budget. Whether it be $2,000 or $200, but yeah. Tech Danny City. Oh my god. I am a dad on a budget though. I do try to be, because it's expensive. I do try to be a dad on a like reasonable budget for the girls. Yeah. But that said, I think even if I don't change my channel name, screw it. Screw those commenters. I think I'm gonna start opening up into like looking at more what you would call like expensive stuff in the future. You know how many bags I've denied from companies who wanted to advertise expensive things on my channel and I didn't because I was afraid of the backlash? Do you know how many products I have turned down that I could have checked out solely because they were kind of on the expensive side because I was afraid of the backlash? I'm going into a new era where I'm going to say I do not care what the small subset of haters think. I'm just going to remove their comments or ignore them. And just do whatever the hell I want. Work the dad angle. I kind of am a little bit. I kind of sneak the girls in here and there in the videos. And then, you know, on the streams they're here. So, yeah. Incoming. Okay, 5090. No way. No 5090 video. But I might be checking out more expensive, like, peripherals and stuff in the future. And taking sponsorships for them and stuff. So, yeah. Go get your bag. I need to get the bag. Do you know how many bags I have given up compared to my peers in the last 10 years? My inbox is filled with companies wanting to either advertise or send me stuff that I have just straight up like either ignored or told them sorry, it doesn't like fit the channel. Like it's way too many. Maybe it's no second channel. I don't want to. The whole second channel. So many people that I've seen start second channels and then it's an algorithm game, right? Unfortunately, even if you start off the bat, unless you like get a shout out or something, my shout out isn't worth anything. Me shouting out myself. Kind of like the people who leave Linus Tech Tips, they started new channels off the bat and like are instantly, you know, doing super successful. That wouldn't work for me. I already know it. If I started a second channel, I don't have enough pull to be able to pull my subscribers over to the second one. So we'll just keep it on this channel and just ignore all the haters. To celebrate 10 years, can we arrange a massive LAN party? There's no way we could plan that in the next month, which is when the 10 years is gonna be. You could do like TechSource does and offer PC build service to channel members. Interesting. I didn't know he. Oh, is that what he does? I didn't know it was to Discord member, to channel members and Discord members and stuff like that. So when he does a build for subscribers, that's how he does it? Interesting. I did not make that connection. What about Nerd on a Budget and more? Maybe. Yeah. Host something at GameWorks? Oh my god. I haven't been to. Last time I've been to GameWorks was probably like. It was probably during a PAX years ago. You should just do one video with all the rage bait test products. Oh. So, kind of like today what we did with the screen. I feel like the streams are a perfect... Oops. I feel like the streams are a perfect, like, platform to check out products that aren't ideal for, like, full videos. But, you know, just for like a quick 15-20 minute unboxing, you guys might be introduced to a new product and we just check it out together. Like, so this is the start of that, I guess. Yes, exactly. You're right. I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I need to do what's best for me and my family, and that is getting the bag. Getting the bag is the most important thing unless you're already super well off and rich, which I am not. I need to secure these girls' futures. So I need to get as many free 5090s as I can so I can flip them and then put in their college fund. I'm kidding. Companies don't want to send me a 5090 because I'm called Nerd on a Budget. Alright, sorry. We went on a tangent. Second thing. So that's the Micron announcement. Unfortunately, we're gonna have one less brand to buy memory and SSDs from. We're gonna have one less major manufacturer that will allocate, you know, DRAM to the other people who slap their names on it. But we'll see how this plays out. Anyways, next one. No coin digital currency and rug pull? Dude. If I rug pulled, it would... If I rug pulled... No, rug pull isn't worth it. Not only because it's the immoral thing to do, but because they could actually come for you legally and you could be put in jail. But let's say I could rug pull and get away with it. How much money would I need? The issue with rug pull is that there is someone on the other side getting harmed due to it, right? So that would be the only dilemma there. And is there any amount of money? The more money I get to secure myself and the girl's future in a rug pull, the more money and more people on the other side of it are getting screwed over. So I don't know. Can we think of a way where it's kind of like a rug pull, except like maybe only billionaires or mega corporations are affected and not, you know, everyday people who usually get conned into these crypto scams? If we can come up with something like that, maybe. But going back on topic, yeah, are you kidding me? Politicians rug pulling and somehow it's just okay? If anybody's okay with politicians rug pulling, then I got questions for you. You are too deep in the sauce drinking the Kool-Aid if you are okay with politicians rug pulling, which they have. But anyways, oh, there's an update, December 3rd. So far there's no sign of reported price hike. We'll keep watching the situation. Wait, what? The story was originally published December 2nd, which was yesterday. And they've already retracted it, kind of, December 3rd. So the original story was AMD to raise Ryzen 9000 and why would you say this? Why do you need to specify Ryzen 9000 and older CPU prices? In that every... Okay, maybe because it's not like the epics and more server grade stuff. Anyways, so originally the story was that they were quoting Overclock 3D. Interesting. Reports that AMD has notified partners of new CPU price increases that apply to Ryzen 9000 and older, which includes 7000 series. I don't know if it's going to include AM4, with new pricing taking effect at midnight. So it was supposed to be at midnight, which was, I guess, technically yesterday. Happy birthday. You forgot it was your birthday, Extreme Zone? Happy birthday. Can everyone in the chat give Extreme Zone a happy birthday? Where is my... Can I just do a random... Let me see. Can I just play the thing? I can't. I need to... Let me see if I can play a thing for you. The dancing knob. Let me go to my dashboard. Danny, you can just get a casino/gambling sponsor. I think they offer... Okay, no, I wouldn't. I don't think I would ever do a gambling and casino sponsor. Something about that... Okay, I was kidding when I said I'll do anything to get the bag. Something about the casino sponsors, I don't think I could look at myself in the mirror if I did one of those. Come on, you gotta think of the audience that I have. Pretty young people, impressionable. I do not want to be promoting gambling to them. Where is the thing? What the heck? Activity feed. Okay, here we go. Dang it, I could just play a generic one. Is it gonna play? I'll play the super chat over from Staying Super Chat. This is for you, Extreme Zone, the dancing. Yeah, but happy birthday. How old? Can we ask how old? I see 987, but are you an 87? Are you an 87, baby? 46. Okay, so 79-ish. Not 79? Am I doing the math right? Yeah, should be 79. 1979. Danny, just promote Raid Shadow Legends in your videos. I have gotten, but the thing is, Raid Shadow Legends, they're so cheap. They've sent me sponsorship offers and it's been so low. Like, I'm not just gonna take money and promote something like Raid Shadow Legends unless it's enough, right? Like, I have some standards. If they wanted to pay me like thousands of dollars, sure. But we're talking about offers that were like barely over $100. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Make sticker packs. I'll buy some. Then when my NAS is set up, put your face on it. I don't have sticker packs. I do have stickers. You guys have probably seen it on the back of that. I don't sell them though. You only get stickers usually if you meet me in person, and I have them to hand out. But I do have these die cut vinyl stickers that I made to give to people. Dude, my merch does not sell that well. Like, today, let me look at my profits. I thought my merch designs were pretty cool. I spent, you know, a decent amount of money to pay professional artists to do my merch. You want to know how much profit I've made? We're going so off tangent. I'm sorry, guys. But we just keep on coming up with these different categories that my ADHD cannot ignore. But let me see if I can find my total profits to date on my merch. You guys, if you want to guess how much I've made on my merch sales, profit-wise, from my merch designs. And I've had this merch, I've started selling merch, what, like, how many years ago was this? Probably like, it's been like 4-ish, 5-ish years since I released the merch. And I priced them so that per item I get usually like anywhere from $10 to $15. So the base price of like a shirt from them is like usually around 15. So I priced it at 30, which is like, I feel like pretty standard for what most creators charge for like t-shirts and stuff like that. And hoodies are like 40 something bucks, right? I know some creators have like $50 t-shirts, which is, to me, is crazy. But, you know, the material of the shirt's nice. The print is, like, good quality and stuff like that. So, and, like, I think, you know, it's pretty unique designs. It's, like, concepts that I came up with. I didn't, like, copy anybody. 6 years? Yeah, it might have been 6 years, actually. But we have 7,500. No, not even close. Not 1 billion. JG writes kind of close. So I'll say it's kind of close, but I haven't even broken $1,000 yet. So that's to give you an idea. If I were to release sticker packs, how many people would actually buy them, right? I don't know. I think it's just a numbers game, right? I feel like even the bigger channels, it's not like a huge majority of people are buying their merch. It's just when you scale it up to like millions of viewers and subscribers and followers, then the numbers naturally get higher. But like percentage wise, like it's probably like single digit percentage of viewers from any content creator that buys their merch. It's just a single digit percentage of like 10 million followers is much higher than like 100,000. So, except for LTT store, they're different because they offer crazy, like, they don't just offer shirts and sweatshirts and stuff. They offer like everything you can think of that people actually need, and they have diehard fans. Body pillows with Nobe for the ladies in the case, and I guess guys that want to cuddle you. I do know some straight guys that want to cuddle me. I have had a company reach out to me about mouse mats. It's just, are people gonna want to spend $50 on a desk mat? I don't think so. Like, and I don't know if I could think of a cool design for one. LTT makes nice stuff. Like, this isn't no bias or anything. They just straight up like they have nice shirts. Their screwdrivers are freaking awesome. Like, it wouldn't be as popular, and independent reviewers would not say great things about the LTT screwdriver if it wasn't actually good. Now, do you need an LTT screwdriver for $70-ish over a $15 Amazon Basics or whatever the heck brand this thing is that can also have a ratchet? No, you don't. But I've always said, merch, first and foremost, is a way to support the channels that you want to support and that have brought you free content for years. And as a byproduct, a secondary effect, you get something out of return, or, you know, at the end of it. People, you guys even donate to me and don't even get any merch out of it. You guys just donate super chats and stuff, but you guys do pretty reasonable amounts, right? Except for like Gnomed, who does like 50 gifted memberships at the same time. But think about all the people who donate hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to the big streamers, and they don't even get anything out of it. So yeah, anybody who ever complains about merch being expensive, the reason you buy merch first and foremost is to support the creator, because you want them to be, you know, to be able to keep doing what they're doing, and because it's like a thank you for, you know, years of free content. Yeah, I think more accessories would sell things people would around PC environment. Yeah, but it's hard to like buy things to scale like that for smaller channels. When you're a bigger channel and you hold your own inventory and all that kind of stuff, yeah, sure. Or when you have your own creator warehouse like LTT does, then sure. But for smaller channels, it's a lot harder to break into that kind of merch. Like, that's why a lot of like creators around my size, they just offer like from these types of print shops where they don't hold the merch. It's order and print on demand, and they're limited to like clothing and like mugs for the most part. You gotta make your merch functional. Yeah, I don't know what it would be though. And maybe if I could team up with you know one of my dreams. One of my dreams is to be able to team up with a case manufacturer and have a case released in collaboration with me. So I will tell them all the features I want from it, like the dimensions, and you guys know what I like out of a case, right? So all of that, and then when they release it, it was because of my input, and they would also slap my name on it. Even if I don't make any money out of it, which I don't know if any of these people do. Like, you know, Gear Seekers, they have a collaboration with Montech, the King series case. I don't know if they make money out of it, but their name is on it at least. So there's that recognizability. But I wouldn't even want the money. I just want to help design a case to my liking. Nove X Montech, handles everywhere. Exactly. Handles, hinge side glass panel, pop socket type toolless design, built-in GPU sag bracket. What else is there? Probably a bunch of other stuff I can't think of. Smaller form factor, more handles. And the primary color, no, it can't be green. That wouldn't sell at all. That's too extreme. Yes, it would be mostly black with maybe green accents or something. But you guys, price increases. Let's take a look at the prices actually. See if the scare has affected anything. So we're gonna take a look at oh look, the price has not changed. It is 440 bucks. What it was last night probably. Let me see. Where's that price chart? Let's look at the year. Okay, so can we get rid of this black line? Go away. There we go. I'm learning how to use this chart. If anything, the price decreased from what it was like last week. But is the update on here? OC3D has confirmed via industry sources that AMD has informed its partners of new price increases for its products. Timing follows Black Friday. Okay. On the GPU side, AMD has not confirmed anything. For now, though, overclock reports coverage confirmed only changes for Ryzen 9000 and older. Only for... Oh, for 9000 and older. Did they mean this because the ones after this would not be increased? But who cares? Why are we even talking about newer ones that aren't even out yet? The wording of this is just so weird to me. But, yeah. So it looks like price hasn't gone up yet. But if you were planning to buy one, what are you waiting for? You already missed Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I don't know if there's any other like supposed sales we're expecting for the price to come down anymore. The last time was September when it was 430, which this graph is very misleading because the y-axis is all jank. Even though this is lower, it was only 430 versus the 440 today. So like the time if you need it and you have the money to buy is now. Yes, you cannot release price or increase price of unreleased products. So why even mention Ryzen 9000 or older unless you're specifically talking about, you know, like non-epic CPUs. No PC case would go so hard. Maybe I should just start sending cold emails out to companies. You want to work with me, please? I'm obsessed with handles. People know that. They'll be enthusiastic. I'm still mad. You speaking about case built-in oven for dino nuggets? When's the last time we talked about the KFC console? Huh? I'm still mad at this. I'm so mad that they didn't even do this around April Fools. Where's that cool? Where's the official website? Yeah, this was 2020. They did it in freaking December. But there was a, where is it? Cooler Master website? I think it was, they were doing it with Cooler Master. Did they take that website down? But there was an actual legit website that had this. And you're talking about a built-in oven that cooks your chicken for you? Dino nuggets or fried chicken? This was it. Is there a KFC phone? I've never seen this. This is a real thing. Oh, Huawei in China made it, so it never, I'm guessing it never was in the US. KFC themed phone. That's pretty funny. But this is just a phone, unless it does some special KFC or fried chicken stuff. It's just a phone like with a skin effectively on it or like laser engraved. The KFC console was special because it actually had utility that was supposed to revolve around fried chicken and keeping it warm. It wasn't, I don't think it was ever advertised to heat the fried chicken from scratch, but to keep it warm with the residual heat from your hardware. So I'm sad it never actually was a thing. Ask Steam if they could send you a free Steam machine with the Nope sticker and sell Nope cases. Yeah, right. No, Steam, the people who are going to get Steam machines are going to be, I think, just the major channels. I don't know of any small or medium-sized channel that will get the Steam machine. Like, if you're talking about people like the size of me, Oztox Hardware, Tech by Matt, Scattervolt, do we still consider Zach Stekturf? He surpassed 1 million. So he's not the same size as us anymore. But we're talking about the people in the 100,000, right? Though I don't even know if they would send like Zach one. Just because they're probably sending it to people who specifically do reviews and not PC builders, you know? Like, so yeah, I don't, there's no shot I would ever get sent a Steam machine for review. Australia has Boxing Day sales. Yes, I have heard about this. We're not talking about like boxing, but we're talking about boxing, like putting unboxing, right? Imagine cleaning chicken from your gaming console. Obviously, they would design the vents so that the grease that is dripping will not go into the parts. It would have to be like a very intricate venting system. Okay, wait, what were we gonna do? So we've talked about, so the AMD news is fake news apparently. We got the update, it's not really a thing. We talked about the Micron. We looked at the portable monitor. What else was on the title? Let me look at the thumbnail of the stream again. Oh yeah, we've done everything. Monitor unboxing, RIP Crucial, and Ryzen price hikes. So I should put supposed Ryzen price hikes. I think people. Oh, okay. Black Friday. What did you guys get? Come on, let me hear it. I'll go first, I guess. The only thing I bought on Black Friday, I think, is the Unraid key. The Unraid license key for my home server, because it was on sale. Let me look at my Amazon orders, because if anything, I only ordered on Amazon. Yep, I didn't buy anything else for Black Friday. Didn't buy any PC components. Didn't buy any knickknacks for the house. Didn't buy anything else. I was very controlled this year. Actually, most years. It's been so long since I've done like huge Black Friday hauls. I don't know. It's just like, I guess as you get older, you've already accumulated the things that you need in life that are important, that like last a long time, right? Like, there's not many new things that I need. There's things that I want, but I have some self-control and I did not buy it. So Unraid license I actually needed because I was like over a month expired, so that was it. Bought a ton of Newegg motherboard deals with free DDR5. How many? I need a concrete number. What is a ton? We're talking like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? What are we talking about? What do I think about the Synergy software? What Synergy software are we talking about? The Synergy software. Are you talking about the software that lets you drag your mouse across multiple different computers and stuff? Or so you're talking about something else? What do I think about that? I think it's pretty cool. How much does that stuff cost though? I'm too cheap to pay for something like this. I would instead, unless you have like PCs that aren't directly next to you, but like for me, anytime I'm doing like working on the laptop and this, I'm just gonna have 2 separate sets of keyboard and mice and stuff. How much is this thing? Oh wait, is this free? Is there no pricing? Oh, if it's free, I'll totally use this. I thought this stuff cost money. Oh, pricing. It is. Okay, let me see. Personal use. Oh, this isn't bad. One time? $30 one time non-subscription. That's actually not bad. I'm not gonna pick it up anytime soon, but I think for people who really value only one set of peripherals for multiple machines, I feel like this is a good price. Yes. Oh, you got a Bamboo A1? That's one of the companies. I got their contact info. I'm about to reach out to Bamboo and do some kind of video with it because I'm sick of my Creality 3D printer. I want something that just works. So yeah, I might reach out to Bamboo and be like, yo, you want to send me a printer? I'll make a video. Ninja Slushy Max. I think I've seen that at yeah, I think I've seen. Are these at Costco right now, or were they? This is too much of a. Hello. This is too much of a niche product for me. I'm a person, again, I've talked about this before. In my kitchen, I want to minimize the amount of specialty devices. We simply do not have the cabinet nor counter space to have a machine that specifically does slushies and frozen drinks. I'm sorry. We have a blender. It's not as good, but it still does the job. I cannot like have another thing. Like my one specialty machine is the air fryer because we use that thing so much. But man, $252, huh? I mean, these things seem pretty cool. If I had like a mansion, maybe, but we have limited space. I'm trying to decide what GPU to buy. I'm on a 8700K, upgrading from 1080. Think at 3070 or 3080. Just go for the 3080. They're priced decently well. I know they're like $100 more than the 3070 is, but you can handle the 8700K can handle the 3080 just fine. You bought 26 terabyte external storage for homework? Ah, homework. I got you. I got you. 26 terabyte. How much were those going for on Black Friday? That is a lot of storage to have for archival purposes of media and homework. That is a lot. I would like an external that big. My biggest external is my 14 terabyte one. But I would like a bigger one so that I can back up as much of my home server onto it as possible to have it across 2 different devices for proper backup, you know, 1, 2, 3 rule. Except this also needs to be like put at my in-laws or something house. But yeah, that sounds like it's once you get into like 20 terabytes, it's so expensive. I got a Final Flash got a B580 9600X and an A750 GL. Nice, some pretty solid core hardware there. Got a Slate 1800 router with switch and some Ethernet cables. Play with connecting my PC to TV to PS5, Raspberry Pi. That was gonna be me. It was gonna do a little. I didn't need a switch or anything like that. It was just gonna be a router, but still networking stuff. No Black Friday or Cyber Monday tech purchases, but I did buy a really cool, incredible Hulk action figure that I've been eyeing on Amazon. What Hulk action figure are we talking about here? I'm very curious. What makes it so cool? It's gotta be the top search, right? Let me see. Which one did you probably buy that is cool, quote unquote, that was on sale? Which one do we think it is? This one actually looks pretty. This one looks pretty cool. I'm gonna guess this one. Extreme Zone. Tell me if I'm right or wrong though, and then which one it actually is. Cyber Monday, I bought the Doorbuster MSI monitor on Newegg. Nah, you actually got a Doorbuster deal. How long was that one up for? I bought nothing, said Beast. The Maximum Hulk. Maximum Hulk. Which one was that? Oh, this one? Oh, with all the different hands and weapons and stuff? $60. Oh, nice. It even got the different heads with the different hairs. Are these like sonic boom claps? Oh, yes. Or like swift motion. Yeah, okay. Very cool. I like the Hulk solely because he's green and purple. And green's my favorite color, and I like purple a lot too. As a secondary color. Oh, and you bought more. You bought an OLED for your daughter's PC. You got an OLED for your daughter? Lucky daughter. Oh, Foolish bought 15 motherboards for RAM. What are you doing with all the motherboards? Probably didn't buy it just for the RAM. Probably bought it to like as a PC flipper or PC builder and seller is what I'm guessing. Keyboard, you got keyboard switches, micro SDXC card, handheld vacuum, nice, sweet potato chips, and that's about it for sweet potato chips. Which brand? Rock says, no, but I want to see your inspiration amongst the IT community. IT? I don't do IT. You started this channel from the ground up and got so many subscriptions. Nope chases dreams, and you guys can too. Amongst the I wouldn't say I'm the IT community, in the PC community, but I'm really dumb when it comes to IT stuff. I think IT people would watch my content with like a snobby lens and be like, this dude is dumb as hell. He don't know anything about routers and switches and gateways and stuff like that. But thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it. You could play around with share mouse as a free solution. Okay. Foolish. All the motherboards DDR5 have gone to PCs to sell. Xmas Rush this year. Yep, just as I thought. Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't make sense, because you can't, if you have these all these motherboards with no RAM to put in them, because you put them somewhere else, then yeah, that wouldn't have made sense. What's a good place to sell? Local. No one in my area is spending any kind of money on PCs, Facebook markets, etc. Ooh, I mean, if your local market is dead, you got Jawa online. I would not sell on, you know, Facebook Marketplace does online. I would not sell on that. OfferUp does online. I would not do that. For some reason, those sketch me out. I've actually bought from them before online, and the experiences weren't the best. If you're looking to sell like PC related stuff, like any online platform is going to take a cut, unfortunately. eBay, Jawa, Facebook Marketplace, they're all roughly the same cut, like 10 to 15% ish. But if you have to look to online, I'd say Jawa, and they're not sponsoring this. They sponsored the last video, but I talk about them sponsored or not. I think selling in a marketplace with like-minded individuals, people that are in the same hobby, there's a higher chance of success and not getting scammed and stuff like that. Obviously, the chances of getting scammed is not zero, but I feel like it's lower number when you're on a specialized platform like Jawa that's meant for gamer and PC gear. Also, I guess I can't forget like hardware swap on Reddit. If you want the lowest fees selling online, Reddit hardware swap, but you gotta be smart about it, right? You gotta, oh my god, this freaking permanently banned thing this will never leave me. Can this go away, please? I'm just trying to look at hardware swap. Nope. Okay. Anyways, hardware swap would be where you keep the most of your money, though, because there's no platform fees. There's just payment processor fees, which PayPal takes like 60, whatever, some flat dollar plus 2.9%, I believe, last I checked. So in this one, you keep the most of your money. And they have a reputation system, etc., but you're a seller, so that's not as big of a deal. But yeah, I would say hardware swap and Jawa, because they're both specialized communities for PCs and gaming. There will always be room for, oh, Nugget Ice Machine. You're right. We do have a Nugget Ice Machine because our ice maker, our Samsung fridge. Samsung fridges suck when it comes to ice makers. So we did get that, and we do use it like a lot. So the Nugget Ice Machine definitely gets counter space. Oh, Rock, you're Casey Walls. Yes, I don't know why I changed it either. And I think if you have under like 1,000 subscribers, you can't change your ad. Casey Walls. Okay, no, yeah. The picture I recognize, though I didn't make the connection instantly that you were Casey, but I do recognize that family picture. Yes. Oh man, I'm gonna have a hard time memorizing this, to be honest, because I feel like my brain is at like it's filled to the brim of memorizing details about you guys. So if I get anything wrong, just remind me. Okay, it's not intentional. It's just way too many people have their name changed now. Jackson's avocado oil sweet potato chips. I don't think I've heard of this. Though avocado oil is all the rage right now in terms of like, you know, a healthier oil alternative. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen these in my life. I wonder if they have them at Safeway. Would they have them at my Safeway? So they do have them at Safeway, but can I search for my zip code? Oakland, California, California. No! Oh! They do have it. Okay, I guess I've just never noticed them. Okay, I gotta try to get a bag of these next time we go. Melissa's all about the avocado oil stuff. She bought some of that Costco fancy avocado oil. Why was I banned? Everybody asks me this every single time we show the Reddit page. I do not know why I was banned. They did not tell me specifically the reason why I was banned. They did not show me the exact post that got me banned, nor the subreddit that it was posted to that got me banned. But I am lifetime banned from Reddit. I cannot make a new account to skirt around it unless I use a new, like a VPN and like a new computer, because they hardware ID you. And I use Reddit for my phone mostly. So like once I get a new phone, I guess I could get a VPN and start a new Reddit account. But that just too much of a hassle. And I just got this phone last year. I'm not due for a new phone for like at least 2 or 3 years. Gotta use uBlock. Wait, I can do that with uBlock Origin? I have uBlock Origin. Or I could just inspect and be like, do this manually each time. Where's that bar at? Come on. There it is. Yeah, we got. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Did this one? There it is. Yeah, inspect element delete. But you can do that with uBlock Origin? Interesting. I need to look into that then. Actually, no, I don't think I have uBlock Origin on. Oh wait, I do. No, it's up here. Yeah, okay. I just used it for ad blocking. I did not know I could do that. Clowny used to be Manstand. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. I can't remember this. Guys, I'm sorry. Your new names are your new names. You're now Clowny1. Sorry, Manstand. It is what it is. I am sorry. This used to be Nerd on a Budget. No, you were not. You were not. You are an old young man, lol. I am 33 and I cannot remember what I did last week, lol. AI is giving everyone new names. Exactly. I got my kid. Yes! My wife did a lot. My god, we got so many packages. But not for me. Yeah, but it's because she did all her Christmas shopping during Black Friday. And I was... A lot of the like, so we do shared gifts. Like, anybody who gets a gift, at least on her side of the family, which is the most gifts that are going out in any year, because my wife has a big family, the gifts come from me and her. So she buys it, we put both our names on it, and then that's the gift from me and her. But it's the same way for my family. So any gifts that go to my family members, like my mom, my brother, my nephews, like I buy it. And then we put both our names on it, and it came from us. But we have a much smaller family on my side, so it's profit for me. Bought Christmas stuff all from Amazon. They kept delaying the packages. I mean, I would imagine during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Amazon's crazy busy. I'm not sure how long it was up for, but I wanted... Uh-oh. Oh, it just ran out of recording space. The mic's not dead. Where's my mic battery at? We're good. I'm not sure how long it was up for, but I first wanted the XFX 9070 XT Quicksilver, but it was already sold out, and I checked and refreshed my page at 9 AM, so maybe it was sold out at full price already. Really? We were looking at those. They were readily available for $5.99, unless you saw it for cheaper. But yeah, a lot of the graphics, maybe it was the scare. The 9070 XT, I don't recall seeing it for less than MSRP, really. And leading up to Black Friday, like that Wednesday before, I could have sworn we went to Newegg, and we saw the 9070 XT like readily available in stock at $599. What's for dinner? Japanese curry with chicken drumsticks with skin on, potatoes, carrots, the huge easy cheap meal, the lazy meal. New to the channel, I've been loving your videos. It's refreshing to see content geared towards cheapskates like me. Looking forward to feature videos. Oh no, we were just talking about how I might do more expensive stuff. No. If I continue to keep doing the content that I want to make, there will always be the cheapskate factor in me that will always be integrated in all the videos. And even if I do cover expensive content, I will never not bring up the fact that it is more expensive and things like that. So yeah, my I guess second nature to always bring up price. I think people in my real life might be annoyed of how much I bring up price always. Like even outside the PC tech space. Anytime someone tells me they bought something like a new car, they bought a new fishing rod, a new knife, I'm always asking how much it costs and stuff like that. Not to like, you know, be condescending or stuff. I'm just curious. Like I am always curious at what things cost. So I do it so much that I think I might annoy my family members and friends. Do the twins eat curry? No, they just started eating solids. We've introduced avocado to them. We've introduced bananas. We just introduced egg last night. They had an allergic reaction. We had a scare. We went to the hospital, but we didn't like go into the emergency room, but we waited in the parking lot to see, and they ended up being fine. They weren't like having trouble breathing or anything, but they broke out in hives and rashes on their face, like pretty instantly. So they're allergic to eggs apparently, which kind of sucks because eggs are amazing. It's a great source of protein. Right now it's really affordable because prices went back down. They're delicious. Like there's nothing really wrong I can think about eggs. And if they're actually going to be allergic to it, that's going to suck. Greetings from Greece. Great content. Thank you, Banjin. Hello from Seattle. You should give Nobe shirts to family for Christmas presents. I have given away my merch to my own family members as gifts before. Alright, later, Extreme Zone. Take care. Then pay them $2 for every post they pick. Bro, but they're not influencers. I need to give my merch to like influencers. I have given my merch to my friends, content creator friends, and they have worn them before. I don't know if that has caused anyone to go and buy my merch, but it's just cool to see my content creator friends rep my merch. Even when you have the money, it's just fun to squeeze max value. Exactly. And it's also because, like, nothing tomorrow is guaranteed, right? You could be doing fine in life now, and I've talked about this in like the more recent videos, right? You always min-max what you spend day to day because you never know if you could get injured, lose your job, get screwed over, you know, by insurance. So many things. Like, why would you not always be setting yourself up to be financially as well off as possible? I think people get comfortable and they're like, oh, I'm doing well now. Let me just go spend more money and not like, you know, be as much of like a deal hunter or whatever. They start living outside their means and then they lose their job or, you know, government shutdown happens or whatever the heck. They get into an accident and then all that changes. So, I don't know. Being poor when I was younger, I do not want to go back to that type of life, if at all possible. Yes, eggs are versatile. They go with everything. You need eggs with anything. Yeah, when I was young, I was allergic to eggs, fish, and peanut. Oh yeah, so we're gonna introduce peanut butter next week. Hopefully, they're not allergic to that. Eggs is a big one. Milk too. This is like, there's a lot of things, I guess baked goods and stuff that has eggs in it. But like, if you're allergic to milk, oh man, that wipes off so many things that contain milk in it. So hopefully they're not super allergic to a lot of things. Yes, they can grow out of allergies, and there's like treatments for it, etc. But it's just one of those things where like you don't know how long it's gonna take to grow out of it, right? So I would just prefer it to not be. Since eggs, chicken too, is that a thing? I have not heard of people being, because with eggs it's the egg white, the proteins in the egg whites, right? I'm learning this thing all like, you know, very recently, but I don't know, like, are there people who are allergic to straight up beef, pork, and chicken and stuff like that? I've never met anyone like that, and I'm not aware of that. Did you? Yes, you did miss the pricing crisis convo. The crucial one was a little bit longer. The AMD one ended up being kind of like a nothing burger, fake news-ish thing, for now. So, but don't wait if you need something. If you can get it right now, I don't think prices are gonna like go down. What's a good price for a PNY 5080? $1,000 MSRP. It's off-putting to see content creators with the 5090s. I love watching content creators who rock a mid-range CPU. So right now, I am rocking the 4070 Super only because the B580. I was rocking that up until it gave me problems and pissed me off. So I took it out, and I just slapped in just the first readily on hand thing that I could get. I guess I could have thrown in the 4060 or 4060 Ti, but to be honest, the 4070 Super, because it's the blacked out edition, it fit the best with my case, which is the all blacked out DeepCool case. But yeah, would we consider the 4070 Super mid-range? I consider it kind of like upper mid-range, but then it's equivalent to a 5070, so it depends on where you put the 5070. I am allergic to seafood. Seafood, I am very aware of that people are allergic to. Shrimp, shellfish, things like that. But straight up, like, you know, chicken meat, cow meat, pig meat, you know, pork, beef, chicken, that I was not aware of. The little ones are starting to eat. My little one needs to get evaluated at 6 months since she was a preemie. No, we literally started like 2 weeks ago. We started with bananas and avocado, mushed first, and sweet potato. And then now we're starting steamed scrambled egg, and that's how they got allergic. But yeah, we're doing that baby-led weaning thing. Oh my god, it's such a mess. Food everywhere, because they cannot, you know, get it into their mouths. But that's the dad life update. I just learned about a tick that can bite you and make you allergic to red meat. Wow. That sounds like it sucks. Did I do something with the routers? I did not do anything with the routers. I did something with the Deco mesh network puck. That's all I did. I moved it. Not everyone is built like us. Most people are wasters. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are not financially like cognizant. It blows my mind. You guys ever like just watch, you know, in YouTube shorts or Instagram reels and TikTok or whatever the heck, and you come across those ones of the car salesman? I forgot what the guy's name was, but there's a dude who records like when he sells his cars from he has like a used car dealership or like a car dealership, and or just car dealership shorts in general. And you get these people coming in, they're trying to like finance cars, and they get like the worst interest rate possible. They can't even put any money down, and they're trying to buy like a brand new $40,000-$50,000 car. And I'm just like, what are you doing? And you're like 20 years old or something. Like, bro, you are not at the point in your life where you deserve a nice brand new car. That thing is going to depreciate like crazy as soon as you drive it off the lot. And if you get into a car accident, you're screwed. And either you have great insurance, which you're going to pay up the ass for, or you don't, and the car's value when they pay it out is just not going to be there. Like, yeah, I don't know. Buying cars. Like, I know we bought our Tesla brand new and everything, but that was with dual income and for our kids, and we're trying to drive it for 10 years. Like, it's different when you approach it like that. And we're like in our mid-30s. That's totally a reasonable purchase. The bald guy, yes. What was his name? George something? Yeah, the bald guy. I was just watching his shorts today. Like, let me see. You guys know who I'm talking about. You guys watch it. Car salesman, bald guy. What is... no, not him.
You want to take
this guy? What's this channel's name?
You want to take the G?
Yeah, his name's George Saliba. But yeah.
Yeah, is it nice?
Dude, it's
he
brand
shows
new.
like the full-on conversations, at least cut up into short form, of like the different cars people trade in and buy and stuff. And in the comments, and let me see if I can find it. People always make fun of the buyers for getting ripped off on the interest rate. Let me see if I can find any. But yeah, he always gets roasted in the comments for ripping off new unsuspected buyers. This one probably didn't have to do with interest rate or getting a finance loan or something, but yeah. This is my guilty pleasure. I'm kind of poor. I still live at home. I have a car payment, good insurance, and good job. I'd rather put money for 401k than feed my spending habits. Exactly. That's a good mindset to have. I don't have insurance on any of my cars. Are there any states where that is legal? I wouldn't be surprised, but is there any state where it is legal to not have car insurance? New Hampshire is the only state that does not legally require it. However, drivers must prove that they are financially able to pay for damages. So, I mean, I don't know how much I've paid to car insurance over the years. I don't think it's enough to pay out a whole, like, me totaling out someone's new car, though. That's for sure. And then paying someone's hospital bills, definitely, that's not enough. So, yeah. I buy my cars at public auctions. Interesting. Father-in-law is a mechanic. It does help to have family in the trades. My father-in-law is an electrician, and that has been very useful for our house. New cars aren't a bad deal if you care for them. Exactly. And new cars make sense for some people who aren't trying to work on their own cars, who aren't trying to have their car in the shop. You know, they aren't mechanically inclined like me, and they are the first original owner, so they know how it's been taken care of. But like, there's an argument for new cars, but for young people who have no money to be taking out loans to buy $60,000 cars when they can easily afford, like, you know, a brand new $20,000 car, make it make sense. I've seen the shorts where they ask car dealership guys what the highest car payment they've seen. So the Tesla was our first brand new car, my first brand new car. My wife, she bought her Civic brand new back in like 2014, but I had never bought a brand new car before, so the Tesla's the first one. But because we paid for it in cash, I've never had a new car payment like in my entire life, and hopefully I could keep it that way, because aside from this one, like if we get another EV, I'm thinking like used would be the way to go. My interest rate on a used Sebring is 14.5%. Okay. Yeah, Florida. I would have thought Florida. I would not have thought New Hampshire. Yeah, yes, SWO. We already talked about Micron exiting the consumer market. That was like earlier on in the stream, one of the first topics. Car payments are indeed wild. Not both because the interest rates are high and because just the cost of a car. Cars are getting more advanced now. They have more electronics, like smart sensors and all that crap in them. They're getting bigger. Like, you know, like the average car price has gone up. So yeah, that plus higher interest, crazy car payments. Yes, Crucial is leaving. If you want Crucial stuff in your PC, buy it before February 2026. Or buy it in the used market. Gonna drive my 05 Corolla till it dies? Man, you got a 20-year-old car. At some point, an old car does get too old. When we're talking about failing seals, failing like just everything else about it, you can't fix it yourself, but it's just kind of annoying. Like my Yaris is starting to get to that point. It does not, and I can't find the specific seals for it. But one of the seals, you know, the rubber over time, sun, cold, sun, cold, sun, cold, it cracks and stuff. But it gets a little bit more moist on the inside cabin now because it's not sealed as well as it used to be. And like, do I really want to just invest like $20, $30, $40, $50 here, there for small fixes over time? Or just drive it as is and until the wheels fall off? If it's a necessary fix, then I'll do it. But it's got like a bunch of small things that, compared to a new car, you look at it like, oh yeah, this car does indeed feel like a 16-year-old car. An old car can get too old to fix and keep running. Yeah, like at some point you start pouring more money into it, and then it's just like not a fun experience to drive when you could just front load getting a new car and enjoy it for longer, right? Like you're gonna get a new car eventually if your car's like getting too old. Like why spend the last 2 or 3 years of it driving it miserably when you could just start driving a nicer car, if you can afford it, of course, and start enjoying life more and have one less thing to worry about. Some guy sold me a Corsair DDR4 LPX 3200 for 14 USD. How? What amount? 16 gigs, I'm guessing? 8 gigs? Oh, 32 gigs? 14, that's crazy. DDR4 prices has gone up. Duct tape for the win? Yeah, for sure. What up, Mr. Good Times? Alright. That's why I only buy Honda or Toyota. But even the reliability, yeah, everyone's about profits, man. People cut, even the once renowned companies are starting to cut corners. But I talking about brand loyalty and fanboyism. Yes, I still would prefer them, but just their EVs are just, they haven't been around for long enough, and we were in the market for an EV. Look up the guy who put 1 million miles on the new truck. He tests durability on new trucks. Who the heck is that guy? How do you put 1 million miles on a truck? Like, and a lot. This guy hit 1 million miles twice, and Toyota did this. Jacksonville, man, GMC. Is this the same person, or are there multiple people? How does one person physically drive that much? Like, is there enough time and hours in the day to... Oh, I guess if you've been doing it for like 20 years, maybe that... Even 20 years. That's 50,000 miles a year, right? Am I doing my math right? That is, yes. Who... Even delivery drivers, I think, struggle to get 50,000 miles a year. Over 20... What? I know who Whistling Diesel is. Whistling Diesel does not put 1 million on his stuff, does he? Whistling Diesel just like destroys things for fun. 2 million mile cold start cars. Yeah. Whistling Diesel. I was not aware he did stuff like that. Uber, dude, even Uber Eats delivery drivers. Are they really breaking 50K a year on average for 20 years to hit 1 million? Like within a somewhat reasonable time span? I don't know, man. There are taxis in the UK that get up to 500K miles. In the 1 year I own my pre-owned 2016 Chevy, I put 40K on it. I drive 60 miles round trip. 300 weekly. So 300 weekly times 100 miles weekly times 52 weeks is 15,000 miles a year. Wait, what is the math on this? In the 1 year I owned my pre-owned 2016 Chevy, I put 40, so you put 40K in a year. But I know you don't only drive to work, but 60 miles, 60 miles round trip. Yeah, that means that's not 60 miles each way. So 60 miles for the whole thing. So, but you said 300 miles weekly, because 5 times 60, that makes sense. So 300 times 52 weeks in a year is 15,000, which means on your off time, because I know people don't only drive to work, they like use their car to travel and go fishing or whatever the heck around town. You put an additional 25,000 not related to work, which to me is like mind-blowing. I drive 30K a year just to see my side piece. Danny's running late. Oh, what up, Pete Dunn? Wait, Pete, I think I saw your comment earlier. So I did not say anything. I think you said hi to me and the family, which thank you for every time saying hi to me and the girls, by the way. Are you saying I'm running late or everyone is running late? We are 2.5 hours of stream. I could end right now, but I feel like we're having some pretty good random talk. So I like keeping this going, especially since viewership has not completely dropped off. We can keep going a little bit until Melissa yells down, "Are you done yet?" And then that's my cue to go. I'm back. Sorry, I used my car for everything. I also was with my ex at the time who lived 120 miles one way, dated for 10 months. Okay, so that makes more sense. Because the math wasn't mathing with just your commute to work. But I could... Okay, but... 1 year driving 40,000 miles. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I hate driving. I'm not one of those car guys who loves sitting in a car, hearing the engine roar, going for a nice leisurely drive along the beach. You know, there are other car guys who like doing that. A car to me is a tool. That's why I got a Tesla Model Y. It is the most generic iPhone-y car out there. It gets me from point A to point B. If I could instantly teleport, I would, but I can't. Especially, I live around Seattle. Traffic's kind of bad sometimes. I hate traffic. So... the thought of spending 40,000 miles in a single year in a car, oh, that sounds horrible. Like, one of the worst experiences. Oh, is it lagging? No. Why is it lagging? Can you guys refresh? Because I will show you. On my end, it's showing everything perfect. I gotta show proof, because sometimes you guys might be like, what the heck? Like, okay. If we go here, so I've had 0 dropped frames, bitrate looks fine, YouTube, I think, let me see what YouTube says. YouTube says stream health. Yeah, it says stream health is fine and excellent. So on my end, I don't think there's anything that I would do to change the lagginess, but try refreshing. I don't know. No lagging. Okay, so maybe only some people are lagging. Yeah, sorry Ken, that you are lagging. Girlfriend works at a winery, drives 120 miles round trip 4 days a week in a 2004 Sentra. That's a long drive. A 21-year-old Sentra. I know those things are tanks, they can go a long time, but the day it does have a major catastrophic failure, hopefully she is closer to home than the winery, because and hopefully it happens in a very public, well-lit area, because being stranded on the side of the road when it's dark and cold and there's no cell service with barely any streetlights, that has happened to me. And it was actually on a motorcycle, of all things. I wasn't even, but my buddy was in his car, and I was on my motorcycle when I crashed. That sucked. No lag on your satellite internet. Okay, so I think it might be specific users tonight, unfortunately, getting lag. You lag if you don't hit the... Yeah, that might be it. If you like and subscribe, you might not lag. They might give you priority viewing. Do you think Melissa would like to do a segment where she talks Apple Tech news? She doesn't even follow Apple Tech. Like, I mean, when a new phone comes out and hers is due for an upgrade, she'll like hint that she wants a new phone and stuff like that. But like, she's not, and then she'll watch like a MKBHD video. Yeah, she's not super into Apple like that. She uses her phone as a tool. She's not like a super fangirl of Apple and all that, like has Apple everything. Even though she does have a Apple Watch, and I did trade a computer for a MacBook for her years ago. She has Apple products, but she's not an Apple fangirl like that. That trip is longer than my entire country. Where are you from? SWO. Gotta go. What country is less than 120 miles? I mean, there's probably a lot of countries that are shorter than that, but I don't know off the top of my head. What is your name? I'm Lou, says Shooter MC1. You talking to me or somebody else? I'm Danny. Hey Danny, what's your investment strategy? I don't, in terms of like what, like funds and stocks and bonds and stuff to choose, I don't have any investment advice there. I just have the most generic advice. Max out your 401k if you can. What is the max now? Is it like 20 something thousand? Whatever
Are
that
Cybertrucks
number
as
is.
durable as Elon says they are?
401k max 2025. The max contribution is 23,500. That number. Max it. Don't just, because I know a lot of people who just start working, and I did this for the longest time when I started working. My company had a match where like they would match 75% up to 8%, which means if I put in 8%, they would match and give 6%. So it was like I was contributing 14%, or I would get 14%'s worth into my 401k. That number was nowhere near the max. So I did that for a number of years. And then my older brother advised me, you should max that out because that is pre-tax income. And that is going in there, and just the way that compounding works, the more you throw in now that you can afford, the more it's going to pay off. And you know, your 401k, you're not supposed to touch that until, I don't know if they're going to change the age, but you know, assuming you start working at like 20 something, you don't touch it till 60 plus, 65 plus, maybe 70 by the time you reach that age, or even older. That's like 40 years of compounding, right? So as much as you can afford to throw in, which, and if you can hit that limit, good. I feel like it feels like so long away, but like, what are you doing unless you don't make that much money? I don't know how much your salary is, right? But as a young working professional, unless you have loans to pay off or something, then that are high interest, then maybe pay those off first. But there's not many things that, unless you live in New York or California, I guess, and your rent is crazy. But I don't know. Most of the stuff that young people who are just getting adult big boy, big girl money for the first time ever, I feel like it's a lot of frivolous spending. You have money for the first time in your life, like real money. You start wanting to buy, you know, nicer cars, nicer, like you treat yourself, which is, I guess, fine. But all of those things, to me, a lot of those things only bring temporary happiness. Maybe not a car that's like worthwhile, but like, you know, people who spend it on like new tech gadgets and jewelry and stuff. It's just like the new shiny thing for that week, and then over time, it's just something you spent money on that does it really bring value to your life? Like, I don't know. Am I dropping frames? It's not dropping frames. And yes, after that, any matching that you get, and your 401k, Roth IRA. And maxing that out is not that much. What is it in right now? 7,000. It goes up like a little bit each year. But 7,000 after tax dollars kind of hurts a little bit more, right? But I don't know. It just depends on how much you're making. What are people making out of college these days for like a in-demand job? It's probably all over the place. Like accounting, you probably start at like what, 50, 60K depending on the city you start in. If you're in like a super tech field, you could probably break 6 figures first job out of college, maybe. Typical engineering jobs are anywhere between like 60 and 70K, I think. So It's been a long time since I've had to worry about, you know, entry post college level what's it called, like white collar jobs. 401, IRAs, stocks, and gaming PC. The gaming PC is the most important one there. Yes, and I'm not giving it financial advice for legal reasons, and because all the stuff that I know is pretty like basic. Like, I think if you watch any Dave Ramsey or just anything Graham Stephan, even though he's kind of a scammer, all the people are gonna repeat the same things. It's the safe thing to do. Now, if you want to start day trading and like getting into stocks and stuff, then I have zero advice for you there because, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Invest in RAM? No. See, RAM isn't the long play. It is going to get figured out. It's going to get solved. So unless you're like trying to do the equivalent of day trading RAM, then that might be a bad investment, I think. Bitcoin. Oh, I feel bad for anybody who bought into Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin pricing. Because it has kind of been all over the place. Any Bitcoin I had, I sold when it first broke 100,000. Because I was like, that's when a lot of paper hands are gonna sell. And the price is gonna go down. But, so Bitcoin, let's see. Let's look at year to date. So I mean, it's broken 100,000 multiple times, but right now, and just when I looked at it, yeah, just like the other week, it was down to what, 85,000 ish. It's too volatile. I mean, I guess look at this, there's money to be made in these dips and peaks, but you're equally likely to lose as you are to gain. And I ain't got that kind of money to lose, so. Still lagging hard phone and TV? It's gotta be individual, because everybody in chat would be complaining about the lag, I think, if it's lagging that badly. Right? I think there's, like, for a lot of people, it's just fine. There's a local girl who's selling 32 gigs of Corsair for $325. It's $220 at Best Buy. Not lagging here. Okay, yeah. So, the lag issue is on YouTube's end. I am sorry. I think. Or on your end, but. Oh, you're from Puerto Rico. Okay. Thank you for answering that. I have bad internet and the stream is fine. Okay. Wait, JG, right. What internet do you have? You might have said it before, but I don't remember it. We got end in 2 minutes. We got end in 2 minutes. We cannot. I am a father now. I live a different life. I cannot just be streaming for 3.5 hours accidentally anymore. We are already pushing 2 hours and 45 minutes. So, let's see. Oh, I should put this out there. I really want to put out YouTube shorts again from the streams. I record all my streams, like multiple windows and stuff like that, the browser. The last YouTube shorts editor I had to do that ended up not working out because of like personal things in their life and stuff. If anyone who is an avid stream watcher, who's basically here every week anyways, and knows the topics that we talk about, and has a knack for, like, you know, cutting up footage, like, from a 2-3 hour stream into watchable 1, 2, 3 minute chunks. And I feel like we talk about interesting stuff during the stream. If you are interested, reach out to me, let me know, because, yeah, I would like to post more shorts from these streams. I just don't have the bandwidth to do that now with the girls here, and I edit the shorts from, like, the long form content. I have that taken care of, but I want someone who watches the streams and has some editing knowledge and access to, like, you gotta use Premiere Pro also, because that's the program that I use, and we trade files back and forth. But yeah, if you use Premiere Pro, and you watch all the streams, and you're interested in editing shorts, and you want to make some side money, It'll be tax free. I mean, no, it wouldn't be tax free off the table, maybe. Yeah, then I'm looking for a shorts editor. No After Effects. My edits for shorts is nothing too crazy. If you have After Effects knowledge and experience, I guess that helps, but Premiere Pro is like way easier to use than After Effects for it. So, and I'm stupid when it comes to After Effects. I cannot even do the most basic things. So, but if you do After Effects, you should be good in Premiere Pro. It's like it goes that direction in terms of knowledge transfer. AOL trial CD here. Sorry, that's another thing. I think people like using CapCut or Opus clips. Those are the two popular ones. The only issue is I've used both of them before, and they're made specifically for shorts. I know they're not as powerful as tools, and I guess you could argue you don't need to be as powerful. But like the hardest thing for my edits is cutting down the length and then getting the captions correct. Getting the captions is like the majority of what I spend my time on when I do shorts. It is so annoying. Premiere Pro has a caption thing, but it's not perfect and you still have to fix it manually. And same as when I use CapCut and Opus clips. Like they get the audio, what's it called? Oh, I'm brain farting here. But they get the auto captioning, but then you still have to manually tweak it. Evil Premiere, I know. I've talked about this too many times. I wish I was on DaVinci Resolve, but I can't. The ecosystem. Look, if you pirated Premiere Pro, I'm not saying you should, but if you already pirated it, then it still works because I can still send you a Premiere file and we could switch files back and forth. Yeah, so I don't care how people use Premiere. I think a lot of people pirate Adobe products. I don't because like I have this, well, I don't because I can afford it now and I do YouTube to a degree where I should probably, there's a saying that I see all the time online. It is always ethical to pirate Adobe products. But here I am paying for it. What kind of Tesla do I have? I have a 2005 Model Y, but not the new Juniper refresh. They did release some 2025 models at the end of 2024 before, so I have a 2025 one, but it's the non-refresh. Yes, it is a tax write-off, but tax write-off, tax write-off doesn't mean much. You're still spending the money, you just aren't getting taxed on it. It effectively lowers your income, or you could take it off of how much you get taxed, but it's not like you get it for free, which I think, I'm not saying you think of it like that, but a lot of people, when they complain about, content creators, like, oh, that wasn't, you bought a $10,000 TV, that's a tax write-off. Like, do you know how that works? Like, do you know how expensive that TV effectively still is, regardless of if it was a tax write-off? It doesn't become magically free. But yeah, no, I do tax write-off, so what? It effectively lowers my, because I think I pay like 300 something, so, I get to write off 300 something dollars of my annual, income at the end of the year. It's not a big deal. But shorts are self-described, so if I cut weapons of your stuff, Premiere should work with it, right? I don't understand what you're saying. Yes. Sales tax write-off does help a lot. But I'm just talking about in general. When people say tax write-offs, some people think it's like almost borderline equivalent of free, which is not the case at all. I pirated Adobe stuff with so many plugins. Cammy Hudson, I still have my Adobe suite from 2012. Oh, the only issue is that means I would have to, Adobe does have a way to save previous versions of project files so that it's compatible with old ones. But 2012, let me take a look. Let me take a look at Premiere Pro right now. What compatibility version can we save files as? 2012, 13 years ago? I don't know. Yes, any form of tax exemption or write-off requires documentation. And you better have it ready if you get audited. Yes, which for for stuff like that is not that hard. Your email receipt from Adobe saying that you paid for it, and that's kept in your Gmail. Okay, let me save project as interesting. The newest Premiere does not do. There's no other. There's save as compatibility mode. Huh. Is Premiere being super anti-consumer right now? Look at this. And I know for a fact, so here's the newest Premiere Pro. I used the beta version. If I save, so these are the only options to save projects as. You can save as, copy project. There's nothing like save legacy mode, but let's go to save project. Sometimes, whoops, I meant save as. If you save as, sometimes you go to project save as, and you go to, down here, you can see like for Word and stuff, it would say like, what's it called? Word 2007 version, 2003 version. There's one option. There's no like Premiere Pro previous versions. That's pretty anti-consumer. Why am I still using Premiere Pro? Because I'm a slave to it. That's why. Iris doesn't have any auditors left. Lol. All the small business divisions got laid off. So you're saying this is the time to start cheating on your taxes? Is that what you're implying? Off the record? What thermal paste do I use? Arctic MX4 or 5, whichever one's cheaper. Yeah, I know they've always been anti-consumer. I know, but this I thought this whole time. And I don't know when it was where they stopped the ability to save to legacy or compatibility with legacy editions. That's crazy. Oh, there it is. There's Melissa. Hello. Hi, love. Out. Okay. I will end this stream. Okay. I gotta go. Thanks for the great stream, everybody. Y'all have a good night. You want me to take baby? Okay. You guys have a good one. I will see you in the Discord server. I'm releasing a lot more shorts content and all that stuff. And of course, as always, there's no video coming up this weekend. But yeah, there'll be a decent amount of shorts. And then I'll see you next week. Same time, same place as always. Ooh, next week is actually going to be a special stream. So be on the lookout for that. But everyone, take care. Bye-bye.